mission in my life. On a mission. On a mission. On a mission.
Welcome to Alchemizing Energy. Man, finding out more and more information about this NDA that Allison Holker had Twitch boss's family sign, and this is just crazy. Like, so according to TMZ, the family is unable to write any books or do anything. So she can write a book, but they can't. If they do, all of the profits will go to Mrs. Holker. Now, I do understand that with an estate, if you're married, all of the proceeds of the estate goes to the wife and the kids. If the person does not have a will, he did not have a will. One thing I'm going to tell people is have a will, put a will together, because especially if you have like any kind of property or any kind of like anything, please make sure that you have a will. But this was diabolical. Imagine your loved one passes away and the wife makes everyone sign an NDA to come to the funeral. So you think you're signing an NDA for the funeral. But lo and behold, within that NDA is also a more legal jargon that actually says that if you can't write any books, you can't do anything without all proceeds going to the wife. Now, normally that would happen through the estate. The estate would set it up and then they would share in the profits. But no, based on this NDA, 100% of any profit of any book. Okay. So what TMZ says, Twitch's family is furious with Allison Holker for writing a book about him, but his widow took steps to make sure she's the only one who could make money off of his name. TMZ obtained the NDA Twitch's family says Allison had them sign in order to attend his funeral, and it essentially financially blocks them from doing what many people assume she's doing, namely collecting any money from a memoir about their relationship and his death. So imagine you're his mom and you want to talk about Twitch growing up and how he started being a dancer. They can't do that. Under the NDA, Twitch's family and others who signed it agreed to hand over any proceeds from interviews, books, articles, or programs about him straight into Allison's pocket, which is a pretty strong deterrent. So that means people can't go on anything and talk about whatever they know about Twitch, whatever their time. If they get an interview with 60 Minutes, that money would go to Allison if they ever were to get paid from that. Twitch's family has also been ripping Allison online for going on a media blitz to promote her new book, pushing back against her claims that Twitch was a drug addict and blasting her as a money-hungry opportunist. Now, when he was found deceased, from a G-shot wound to the head, they found that they did an autopsy and they didn't find any drugs in his system. So for her to come and bring this whole drug thing out is kind of crazy. Saying like, why would they even do that? So Allison's oldest daughter, Wellesley Fowler, is defending the NDA, arguing its purpose was to keep people from photographing his body. But it's more to it than that. If you can't write a book or you can't go on any interviews, there's more to it. Wesley even said that Twitch was alive. When Twitch was alive, people who attended certain family events would have to sign NDAs. Okay, but those NDAs did not say that whatever interview you go on, it has to go to her, or him or whatever. So she's been clear publicly that 100% of the proceeds of her sales of her book will go with the Move with Kindness Foundation, which was started in her late husband's honor. So it's going to a nonprofit, which, I mean, that I don't believe how much of that is true, because the children also are entitled to something. So how could she just funnel all the money into a nonprofit? Like, usually there's an estate set up for the children, and then those children, when they turn 18, get the money from the estate. So it's interesting that she is made it so that it's going to all go into a nonprofit. Now, I've dealt with estate before. Hey, how's it going, Chase? What's up, Miss Kinky Curly? I have a deceased. My child's father was in the entertainment industry, and there is an estate, established for the children. So if she's the sole owner of his estate, and what happens to the children's portion if she does all this and it's going straight to a nonprofit? Nonprofits have boards and everything like that, you know. So yeah, that was an interesting thing I just like uncovered. Tisa Tales also had something that she came up with. She was talking about how the brother exposed everything. Let's listen to what she had to say.
However, one person that's speaking of help that needs help is, y'all remember Twitch. That's why y'all here. Allison Holker. What is going on? They forget about Kim Porter and Diddy's thing. They need to open up what's going on with Allison Holker. Do you know that Twitch's best friend, I believe, has released a phone call? We're gonna play it to you, that has Allison talking about why she disrespected his mom and made them sign an NDA to even view her son's body. On top of that, before we get into that, because I'm going to play that, I want to talk about what is going on with Allison Holker and her daughter. The daughter that refers to Twitch as Steven, that refers to Twitch's mom as Connie. The Steven, it was not just her stepfather. Steven was her father. Steven adopted her when she was 3 or 4 years old. Steven raised that child as his own. The mom came around and raised her as her own too. The fact that this little girl went on, and I say this little fluffy haired girl because also she has a permanent hair because she's trying to cosplay that she's mixed. I don't know if she's mixed or whatever. She's trying to cosplay that she's mixed, but that doesn't even matter. The point of the matter is, but I mean to say that it just seems like she's just messed up in the head. The point of the matter is, I believe that Allison put her out there to run interference and take some of the bad press away from her. And why do you say that? Because you cannot tell me that Allison is not reviewing everything this girl posts. She went on live and she basically proved every dark theory that the internet has ever had about Allison, about the family, and what Twitch's role was in that family. It is literally giving a real life version of Get Out. Now,
So what do you think about this, Sugar Love? What's your thoughts?
Hey, well, number one, I now I now believe he never legally adopted her, right? Because if somebody legally adopts you, that means you are my child. I'm your dad. I'm dad. I've never heard. It could be. I don't know all of the billions of people on this earth, but usually I've never heard an adopted child call their adopted parent by their first name.
Hmm.
It's always mom, dad, or I'm your mama now. Hey, you my mommy now. You my daddy now. Now, far
Especially at
as
such a young age, like 3. You know,
yeah,
it's not like she was like 7 and she knows her father, and then he just comes in. No, she's 3. She's a toddler. She's
uh-huh,
probably just now learning how to talk. So he's in her life at the very early stages of her development. So
correct.
for
So
her to be a teenager at this point and be calling him Steven and not be corrected by her own mother. I mean, how old is she? 15 now?
16.
She looks like a 21-year-old. Like she looks young.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
now that leads me to believe that she was never legally adopted, right? He just like how did he just technically never legally adopted Quincy, but he said that's a son, right? So, but
Right.
you would never, regardless of what's going on right now, you would never hear Quincy's call Diddy. You always,
Never.
you will
Or
always hear,
Sean. Or Sean.
right. You will always hear him say, my dad, right? That's how, hey, Jack, that's how thankful he is for everything that Diddy did for him. Like, remember, I'm speaking upon him with his children. I'm not talking about him and the rest of the world, but you, even to today, of what everything is going on, that man is there. He's looking after his sisters and brothers, making sure his sisters and brothers are good, and making sure he called, right? That's what you call protecting your family, right? That's what you call protecting. So now that he has passed away, the sister have done nothing to protect her younger siblings. Right? You too busy trying to protect your mother. That
Right.
you didn't give a hoot about your younger siblings, who that is their father. Right?
Right. Mhm.
So that will lead me to believe she was never legally adopted. And as of yet, nobody have pulled up any papers that shown that she is legally adopted. This is what we hear. We haven't seen it. Now, far as the NDA, baby, what you gonna do is not play with me. Number one, they could take her to court and say it was under duress, right? Remember,
Right.
this is a funeral that we're talking about. I have to see my son. Of course, I'm under duress. I have to sign it, right? This is family members. Of course, they're under duress. They have to sign it. Everybody wants to say goodbye to their loved ones, right? And that was
Right.
something that was forced. Either you do this or you can't get in and do that. So that's and then second of all, far as the mother, you can't say every book she write. First of all, she's the mother. She can write a book on all her kids. He ain't her only child. And it just so happened she doesn't have to say his name. I can do any interview that I want to. As long as I don't say his name, Allison gets nothing. I could go do anything that I want to do. So Allison, you didn't think that through.
You know what I would do if I was his family? I would start a foundation.
Oh, the foundation. I mean to cut you off. The foundation that she's talking about is her foundation.
Wow.
I bet to tell you that. So that's why the money's going there. And she's going to get these people money. But she created that kindness stuff. She's creating the foundation. It's not like she's giving it away to a foundation. That's how you say diabolical.
Yeah.
That's how diabolical this chick is. She is the foundation. So she doesn't have to set up nothing for the kids because she can put them on the board. She can give them a salary, right? But go ahead.
Yeah. So he died without a will, and she filed for half of his estate.
And
Normally,
she didn't get it.
she didn't get it.
No, that's why she was mad. You can look that up.
So who got the estate? The children?
I don't know who got everything. That's something you will have to look up. But she did not win that. But the people don't know. If you go look up that foundation right now, you won't find it. You won't find it because it doesn't exist yet.
Wow. So it doesn't even exist.
Not yet. Mm-mm.
So what she says is that she said that she couldn't risk any photos getting leaked out.
Mm-hmm.
And the press a splash. She thought that people were going to be taking pictures of his body. He didn't. She didn't want leak to the press, splash across social media platforms, becoming the lasting image that people would have of him. But so okay, she's trying to like stop against a lasting image, but then she's going to say that he was a drug addict.
First of all, there is no proof he had mental illness. Like sometimes people go through things in life that does not mean they have mental illness, right? There is no paperwork. There is no doctor. How are you? You just said you missed every red flag according to her. So how are you going to sit up there and speak for people with mental illness when you missed the red flags? So how are you going to help other people? They may tell you certain things that's a red flag. You're going to keep missing it, right?
Right.
Again, there is nothing documented that states A, he has mental illness, and B, he was an addict. There's nothing that states. We have to stop looking at stuff and running with it. We as people who, especially if you're doing a show, your best job is to do the most research as possible. Right.
It said at the advice of my lawyers, I insisted that everyone who viewed the open casket signed a non-disclosure to protect Stephen's privacy, a requirement that exasperated his family. If we have to sign NDAs, they said, then everybody has to sign NDAs. No problem, I replied. But here's the thing. Why would the NDA also Okay, so sources tell Allison has not profited from the NDA as no one has breached the agreement. So bottom line is that if she was only focusing on the funeral,
No,
why is it
she
also in there? What kind of an NDA is also going to go into future profits and things like that?
right, but she knew that was her only time to get them to sign NDAs where it would benefit her. Right, because at any other time, some people probably didn't even read exactly what it said. People are hurting at this time.
They just want to go to the funeral. They're like, I'm not trying to take
Right.
no pictures of him at the funeral.
Like the mother is going to show the next day, here go the mother, here's my son. Like that's some diabolical stuff to even think that a mother
Like that,
would do
his
that.
family is so ghetto that they'd be up there trying to share pictures of him in the casket.
But
Come on now.
now that we know that wasn't the real deal was she wanted them to sign that anything they make or do, that if they say they name, right? But again, you can get around that. The mother could write a book about her kids. She can't stop that. She got more than one kid.
Yeah.
Steve ain't her only kid. She can't
Yeah,
stop
she
that.
could write a book about all her family growing up in the household, the boss family tradition, and just write
Right.
about this, and then have a section in there for her son, and this, that, the other. So don't let that stop you, Mama Boss. We stand with you. And this disrespectful behind child of his, that was crazy. Like how she
Of
was up there
hers.
talking, yeah, of hers, really, right? So let's go to that.
Let me say this. The bang bang that was used for Twitch. One of the friends said, you need to ask Allison where he got the bang bang. Apparently, it was her bang bang. She told the story of Twitch being on rugs, and she's trying to sell this book that paints him as a monster. Her daughter, who he adopted and raised, which means her father wasn't in the life, because who just gives up adoption of your kid, right? If you're in the kid's life, I'll be sure, right? But you tried to sell the thing that he was on rugs. The autopsy was also there that showed he was not on rugs. He had no alcohol or no narcotics in his blood. The story she said about the way she didn't know, and she called for hours and he wasn't there for 24 hours, it makes me think, what really is going on? While you changed your Instagram name and took his name off 2 days after he passed.
2 days after he passed,
Mhm.
dang, changed her name and everything. And then they must have gotten into it. He went to a hotel and probably was depressed. Who knows? But I don't
And
know how.
then you gotta find the one that how she uses men is on there. How she uses men and go on trips with them and lay with them so they can have an emotional relationship. This lady is beyond weird. Weird.
What?
Mm-hmm. And it was another guy. One of the guys spoke out, right, which we seen. But another guy, he has the same exact name, but not the same exact last name, and they was getting confused. I believe he's like an ex-basketball player or whatever. And she's going around telling people, oh, he never treated me right. He didn't do this for me. He didn't do that for me. And painting Twitch to be like the worst guy and worst husband ever.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. She also dated Twitch's friend, Emmanuel Achu or Acho.
Yeah, but that wasn't his friend. That's why I say it's two of them. But they just got the same name. People confused it. That's just a guy he knew, right? A ex NFL player. Thank you, hallelujah, all praises to his name. Right. Now you need to hear is something about that. And it's crazy. Had the man take her out, can't get her spas and calling it up. She wanted emotional relationship while she's dragging him. Instead of saying, I'm not feeling the same, my husband going or whatever, she's still continuing to throw dirt on this man's name.
Mm-mm-mm.
To the point the people at Ellen, one of the producers at Ellen, they was like, even they were mad at what she did, and they made a little comment. Like, not to say that Twitch was perfect or anything. Nobody is perfect. But that man sat there and took care of everybody. I wish they didn't take off that video like in the beginning where he was going to do the tryouts, and she wouldn't leave that man alone. Like, this is my target right here. She set her eyes on him, and so she already knew.
Hmm.
Emmanuel Heard guy with his earring and his nose is the one speaking on that. That's his bestie. Right. That's what I was trying to say. People got confused because they got the same name.
Hairdo and the hair.
Emmanuel.
Yeah,
Right.
and they all got the same like kind of look and hairdo.
Right. Exactly. But you need to look up what she did with that other guy, girl. When you get a chance after you finish this, play that.
Is that what this one is, right?
And
Mhm.
this is basically a page that showcases celebrities, billionaires, wealthy people who stay in Monaco and just different places around the world, I guess. And Alison Halker and Emmanuel Acho, who is friends with her late husband, he was seen with Alison coming out of the hotel holding hands. And the video was actually not focused on Alison or Emmanuel. It was focused on a young lady who was she was vaping and she was going into a luxury vehicle. Okay, so it wasn't actually meant to focus on them. She's up at the top there. She's behind them on the stairs. The blonde lady at the top with her hair down, she was entering into her vehicle, and yeah, and Alison and Emmanuel happened to come out of the hotel and they were holding hands. And so, yeah, take a look at the video if you can. I'm going to tell you some things that I've heard as well about this getaway that they had. So it turns out that Alison has been complaining about her late husband for a long time to his friends, to her friends, to people that she would meet, even from her own husband. By the way, Emmanuel met Twitch when he was on the Ellen show. And from what I'm hearing as well,
No,
they
she
come
didn't.
out before. But Allison managed, I guess, to convince this guy. Twitch is not really, you're not his best friend. He's not really that close to you or anything. So when she meets people from her husband, she then selects who she wants to be close to and who she wants to kind of hug and keep separate from her husband to be her friend. And she's also mentioned this in, conversations as well. By the way, the man with the red sweater, I was confused when this video first came out. I thought he was the one that was coming out of the hotel holding Allison's hand, but it's not him. His name is Emmanuel Heard. Okay, he is actually Twitch's best friend. So it's not the same guy. So that's the reason why I just wanted to wait until I can confirm that it's not the same guy that's actually exposing Allison as a liar.
Yeah. So and shouts out to Sunday Omani for that information there. And back to Tisa Tales, because Tisa be having all the tea. But yeah, so what Tisa Tales is talking about is this whole situation as well. But you're saying that she didn't meet him on the Ellen show. She met him on When You Think You Can Dance, or
Correct. At the auditions.
So let's go.
That was way before.
Right.
She worked her narcissistic magic.
Instead of mourning, you were in his closet looking for something to dress him in instead of getting him a new suit and showing him respect. When this family came to the funeral, you made them sign NDAs before you would even let. The best friend is on this phone call, taped it, and showed where she was like, well, I don't see what the big deal is. Twitch made his mom sign an NDA for a party. And he was like, you don't see no difference between a party and viewing somebody's body? She blames Twitch for a lot of stuff. And a lot of people said, well, maybe you don't know what's going on. Maybe Twitch had a bad relationship with his family. Maybe Twitch talked trash about his family. Maybe Twitch didn't like his family, and that's why he married
not what
Allison.
he said.
But when you talk to his family, when you talk to his friends, they say that wasn't the case.
Mm-mm.
He was very loving to his family. He was a good son.
Look
Was
how
it a
he hugged
complicated
his
relationship?
mama.
Most likely, any
Exactly.
adult child and parent relationship and family relationship is actually very, it's very, it's very, it's very complicated. They are now saying, and these are his friends and family and people that know Allison, is Allison was the one on drugs. Allison was the one with the bang bang that Twitch used. Allison was the one that used any excuse, right? Allison, Allison was the one
Wait, pause it
that
for one
used
second,
any excuse.
DJ.
She
Please, please, guys, if you are liking what you see and you want us to carry on, please don't forget to hit that like button as you're coming in. Like, comment, share, right? And if you want to support the channel, support the channel. But if you are not part of the family, go on and come part of the family. And be part of the family, including my bush babies, please hit that like. And we like to welcome anybody that is new. But don't forget to hit that like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Make sure you
Right.
hit the all because so you can be notified of all every time.
Right. Hit the bell, and press all. Please. Now we're going to get back to the good stuff.
that raised her kid and was a good father and a sweetheart and just a gentle soul to make him look like a monster and herself look like a victim. Now, why would that be? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'm beginning to think that Allison, right? I'm beginning to think that Allison may have been, I don't know, she's giving narc vibes. She is giving narc vibes. Even the fact that she had her daughter out there, that she had her daughter actually windmilling from her because the public turned on her. People are saying that friends and family at Twitch are calling for his death to be reinvestigated and reopened. At the very least, everything that we know about this, it's not making sense. And Allison is looking like a shameless grifter, a shameless money grubber, and someone that while she tolerated Twitch, and while he was good enough to raise her daughter, and while she was good enough to procreate, it seems like that level of trust and respect, if you can even say she had that for him, didn't extend to his family. She was fine to accept him, but the people that made him, the culture he sprung from, everything, she didn't want to accept. That's just my opinion. But again, I'm going to play the phone call between Twitch's best friend and Allison because it is shocking. But I really want to get your opinion on this because it just doesn't sit right to me. His best friend has exposed her, okay? It doesn't sit right, okay? And
You know, the biggest thing that really like bothered me about that phone call is the whole part where when he asked her, well, can you just at least give him some credit that he helped you get to where you are? And she did everything she could to avoid.
She said, I deserve this. That little witch said, did she deserve
That she
that?
deserved it.
Right, did
Right.
she deserve it? Right. And the other part I did not like is when they were speaking upon the mental issues and why you didn't help them. Then she said, well, why is mama ain't help him? But is it like she had a hatred for like a typical narcissistic person. She had a hatred for his family because they loved him, right? Anybody who loved you, they want you all to yourself. I think that's what was sending Twitch down in the depression funk. It wasn't mental illness, but it was the fact that she was trying to alienate him from all the people who loved him, right? And then to be his friend, you had to be her friend. That's why in that conversation, she said, I've never spoken to you. And he was like, I wasn't supposed to speak to you. I'm Twitch's friend, right? Right. So, right. You remember that part?
Yeah.
So, like, and he's 100% correct.
I'm not your friend, man. I'm Twitch's friend. You know what I'm saying?
If I have a boyfriend, I don't want to speak to his friends. Them are his friends. I ain't got no business. If we have a get together or something, that's different. But you're not supposed to be under his friends, and neither should he be under your friends.
Yeah, but she seemed like she was. And as you see how she's even in this picture, it's almost like she's just like, yeah, like she's the puppeteer or something. You know what I'm saying? This picture looks kind of, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
like she's got her eye on the prize, honey,
Right, but I
and her
think
hand on
that
the kid.
I think that he held on to her is because he married her. And you know that old saying is cheaper to keep her, right? Cheaper to keep her. So maybe he wanted to stay in his friend's life, but that doesn't mean okay, Hallelujah says, my oldest son went through this from his child's mom,
Mom,
who is one of the you're gonna have to
strange
what is
woman.
that?
And at first she was
Uh,
all yes, charming. I seen straight through her. Tried to warn my son. She put my son through the same for 12 years. He stayed for his kids. And see, here's the
mhm.
thing. That's probably what he was doing. And also it seems to me like there's a cultural difference in how uh, uh, you know clear color people handle their when it comes down to marriage, like the like the hatred of there's always sometimes when you get married, the mom don't always like the wife, and maybe that was something that was going on there, but it seemed like the same thing happened to Kobe Bryant, right? Didn't Kobe Bryant have a wife, and then all his
When
money went to the wife, and then she didn't,
exactly.
you know
And none of the mothers never said that they never liked the women, right? She's like Kobe mother never said she didn't like her. And neither the way that man hugs his mother or whatever and say how much he loved his mother, right? Again, when you're a narcissistic person, they don't like that. They don't like that. So they went on to, and then because they got money, and then here go the women. Well, that's the wife, but that's the wife. Let me tell you something. You get one mother. You can get another wife, another husband,
another
another
wife.
husband, right? But you could never, right? And then we all, whoever is mothers here, ain't nothing like a mother's love, right?
Nothing
Especially
like
if especially if she's a good mother. Not saying nobody's perfect, because there's no books, but they want to replace them, and women think they're going to replace until they give birth, and then they realize. Now imagine all this that her daughter doing for her. Imagine if her daughter turn around and just flip on her too and don't know her no more. She'll
right.
have that same hurt, like you
You
know.
see how she was stuttering when they was like, "Hey, when can the grandma see the kids?" She holding the kids from the grandma. Why? Why are you doing that? He didn't even do it. He only see them every once in a while. But he's different now. He's passed on, and like she don't have the time. She too busy writing books and stuff like that that she probably didn't write,
Now,
and
let's not
got a
forget,
ghostwriter
sis.
to write for her.
Let's not forget, sis. It's not even the fact that he saw them a couple of times and that mean it was static. The man worked a lot, right? So anybody who work a lot, you're not going to see, like, even if you're not an artist or a rich person, sometimes your kids themselves move to another state, you know, and you see them whenever you get a chance to see them. That ain't nothing strange there. That man worked a lot. Remember, he had to be on the Ellen show every day. And you got to remember, them hours, we may see 1 hour of the show, but they're there probably 16 hours. Because they
Yeah.
doing more than one take, correct?
Yeah, and he's also on other shows too. He's also probably dancing. I think he was opening up a dance studio. There's a lot of things. I wonder did she keep that going?
I can't stand Nicole. Nicole said he was working, but she was out there on the corner. You know,
Right.
I
I
want to
can't, I
say
can't take.
over and over again, you know, I'm going to put also the daughter's clips because there's another crazy clip that I thought was insane, right? She really, the daughter in her clip, I'm going to play that first, really exposed her mom's true feelings towards Trish. Because the way she even talks about the last name is just odd. Just 2 years after his suicide, you're only 16 and you moved this man since 3. Where did you get these feelings on him if not from your mom? And here's that full video of that of Allison's daughter, right? Again, she's only 16, which makes it super weird that she refers to her stepdad's mother by her first name.
Thank you.
Again,
Maybe this is a cultural thing. Maybe
No. That's because we never adopted her. I'm trying to tell you. When you get a chance, you look up
but
the
you know
adoption
how
papers.
clear people will be like,
No,
they'll even
not
call
to,
their mom by the first.
that's their mom. But a black woman, which especially an elder black person, gonna tell you, it's Miss such and such. See, maybe that might
I mean,
work
could
on.
you imagine?
Maybe that might work on your Scandinavian side, right?
Right, I'm white now.
You stupid. But that's not going to work on our side. We are not going to let no child disrespect us like that. Ain't going to happen.
My Scandinavian
like
side, I might
Gen
call
X,
my grandma Francis. No, I would not. My grandma would be like, my whole family would jump
the
on me
Gen
like, hold on.
X and the boomers we don't play that, baby. Even me myself.
Can you imagine her being like 3 years old, like Steven,
Connie, Steven, oh Connie,
Teven, because she can't talk. Teven, I'm hungry, Teven. You know what I'm saying? No, she said, Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Papa, whatever. She wasn't calling him Steven up throughout her whole life. So why it start now? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hallelujah. Hello. That's right. Because my son's child mom tried to call me by my first name. My son and I stood up and said, "Nah, it's Miss." So that's how them people.
That means that even if the daughter's doing it, that means that even Allison's doing that to the grandma when she's
Victoria. Like, girl, you Victoria out my face. See, boomers, the baby boomers, and the Gen X. We don't go for that. We don't have no memory that if she been in that child, you said since 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was damn I'm gonna let 3-year-old call me Connie. I'll be damn I let a 5-year-old call me Connie. It ain't gonna happen. It's not. Hello.
You know what? Okay,
welcome.
Wendy Ludwig. Okay, are you white? So is that a normal thing in your culture for people to address grandmas and fathers and mothers as like their first name? Is that like a regular thing? If you can't, I mean, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Hell no. So it's not just our culture that's in their culture. Okay, so where is this coming from? Why is she doing that?
Because she's disrespectful.
Disrespectful. So I thought maybe it was a cultural thing, maybe
no.
in the white community. Because I have heard like
no,
parents
sis. Even
like,
in the South,
be like, Sally calling their mom like,
sis. Even
Wendy.
in the South, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't care what color you are. Yes, sir. No,
or
sir.
maybe it's that
yes,
Hollywood
ma'am.
stuff. Hollywood.
I don't know about this. No, I think that she did that because she may been corrected at some point in time, and she was showing shit. He gone now, Connie, right? Right, Connie. Because at some point in time, she must have had gotten checked
or told, like, hey, Now,
right. So
thanks for clearing that up, Wendy, because I was like, is that maybe a normal thing? Because I wasn't raised, I don't know. I've seen on TV, they'd be like, so yeah, call their mom by their first name. So I was like, well, maybe that's their culture. Like, maybe it's not disrespectful to do that. But
Gen Z ain't having it neither. Right, we're part of Gen's
no
Gen
respect,
X.
no love.
We're part of Gen X. That's not happening. I grew up around strange women, and it was all the same. And now seeing that with my son's child mom is common. But again, when you are Gen X or baby boomers, you're really not playing with, right? His mama would be considered a boomer. You're not. There's no level of disrespect from no child. Period.
At all.
It ain't gonna happen. Our grandmothers ain't having it, right? Ain't gonna happen.
Let's go.
We don't do it. Listen, she has a curly perm. She's lying about it being natural. It's an entire mess. But for her to say that he was hiding so much, what was he hiding? Some people say that she found out he was cheating on her. Okay, great. That doesn't give you the right to completely smear somebody's legacy. And also, there's no proof of that. Again, listen, let me play these videos. Let me know what you think in the comments, because something is not adding up and they need to look into this Allison girl. And the fact that everybody's dragging the daughter, I don't blame the daughter. I don't blame the daughter at all. Why? Because she's only 16. He passed away 2 years ago, which means that she was 14 then. Where would a 14—
How much is this mom and her talking about him, saying him as his first name, and she get to talking about it, and she didn't correct that in the moment and say, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So she has some kind of built up animosity against him, and then she decided to write a book and tell her story. I guess her lawyers probably told her, yeah, you should do it. Whoever that, her agent, you know what I'm saying? Because she's in Hollywood, you know. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So bottom line is that, you know, when it really comes to, I've always been raised yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Even now I'm 46 years old, and I'll be like, yes, it'll be a person younger than me as a grown man. I'll be like, yes sir, no sir, because you know I was also in the military, so I'll call a person sir and ma'am, even if they're younger than me, you know, because I just out of respect, you know what I'm saying?
So I guess,
But the thing is, her family, according to the NDA, her family didn't sign the NDA, but she made his family sign.
I mean, it's an old saying. If you really want to know how people feel about you, you always find out how they feel about you when somebody passed away, right? So you would know. So now the family knows now how Allison, and because if she was like, well, okay, well, they don't accept me as his bio. Little girl, that conversation had nothing to do with you. They were speaking upon your mama, right? But you threw that in there for what? Right? Now she didn't say, because I'm not his bio dad. She didn't come back, well, he adopted me, right? That's how I know he never legally. You're gonna have to show me some papers to show me that she was legally adopted. Right.
Now, is Allison, is she Hispanic or is she?
She is Caucasian. The whole name is Caucasian.
Okay.
And her dad, I keep trying to tell you, I seen it, and even in other videos when they showed the father, the daughter's father is Caucasian. Now it's disappeared.
What?
When I did even the video that I did, I showed the father, and the video was gone. When he first passed away, and I broke this down, it's gone. When you go even to look up, they say unidentified. No way in hell that man is identified. He has an identity.
Thank you, Wendy. Hearts, no other beautiful hearts. Twitch was a beautiful soul. I didn't even have to meet him. Her heart is unkind. It's attention seeking. Period.
She's a witch.
And you know, even when you listen to the phone call, she sounded like she was drunk. Because you know how you can tell people that drink a lot of like real like hard alcohol, their voice will be like scratchy. It's a scratchiness because that alcohol it ruins the vocal cords, and when she's talking, it's like I can't even do the voice.
Sound drunk then.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh yes, I did extensive research on her, and yes, it is scrubbed. I'm trying to tell you, they took it. Even when you go put in her father, it's gone."
Raspy. That's the raspy sounding voice. That's from
gone.
Alcohol. She's been drinking a lot.
The same way
she does cocaine, so that messes with your vocal cords and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's why she sound like that.
The same way when you go look on the Brian McKnight, right? Remember, the first two kids are not his. Their father is now gone also. They're gone. Like these kids have fathers.
Allegedly. I'm sorry, my bad. Allegedly. You know.
Allegedly what?
That she might have been drinking when she was on that call.
I said sounded. We never said she was. We don't know.
Yeah, it
right,
sounded like
know. Right, but we're gonna still stick to allegedly. But even with Brian McKnight, once he sat up there and married that chick, and he claimed her kids and said forget about his, you cannot find their father nowhere. That is crazy. It's like 1 minute their father was on it, and now all of a sudden You can look all you want. You're not going to find Brian McKnight, the woman he married. You're not going to find their father. They're going to make sure their father is out of the picture, so they can make it seem like this is my new family.
She got to raise those kids and let them know that, because when they get about, because I think she has a boy too. When he gets a certain age, he gonna have to learn about the police and all type of wild stuff. Like you doing them a disservice by not letting them be around the black aspect of their families. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Anyway, let's hear some more what Tisa Tales comes up with.
18-year-old, get this attitude, get these thoughts, get the gumption, if not from her mama. Anyway, y'all, here are the videos. Listen to them, then let me know what you think in the comments.
To make his mama sign an NDA to see his body.
Yeah, I do.
Oh
And
my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
Don't her
To
voice
see his
sound
body?
raspy?
And again.
Why would she sign an NDA to see his body?
It's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand that Stevens even asked her to do it.
He didn't ask her to sign.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
You hear that? You hear that?
And again,
Why would she sign an NDA to see his body?
It's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand.
I got your ass. I told you.
He didn't ask her to sign an NDA to see his body.
What's this?
Do you understand what I'm
Also,
saying?
did anyone ever tell you?
What's this?
In a party.
It was not just to see his body though. If it was just an NDA to see his body, then why is there all this other stuff in there about they can't write anything, do anything, do any interviews unless she has something to do?
And let me tell you something. She's lucky she picked Steve because, baby, let me explain something to you. You know his mother, from what I see, is a very smart woman, is a very educated woman. And because if he would have got with one of them, let's say get with my son and the mother like me, play that with my son, right? Play that with me, right?
No.
You are so lucky you could tell she's a woman that she's elder, she's wiser. You could tell she's about her education. She's not about going back and forth. She leaves stuff where it be, right? Because if she would have picked a different man, like somebody like my son, and you type, baby, we would have lit this internet up. We would have lit this internet up.
Honey, no.
Not
have all kind of lawyers.
Not my baby boy. That's her baby boy, not my baby boy. And you think you giving me
First of all,
shots.
I would not have signed no NDA, and I would have walked up into that funeral and told everybody to kiss my black behind.
Okay.
My Scandinavian behind, you know.
No, that would have been the black side, Scandinavian side.
Maybe the Scandinavian side, they might be gangster. I might be the Vikings, you know what I'm saying? That Viking side of me, you know what I'm saying?
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Yeah, that's why I said,
everybody wondering about why I keep saying I just found out I'm like 29%
Vicky.
Scandinavian, y'all.
Yeah, that's how Joe she showed you. That's why I said she lucky she picked a man who come from a good family, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm gonna mind my business. Whatever my son do is his business. He's grown. I do not adapt in his affair, my daughter affairs, nothing. But God forbid something happened to anything that I birthed. People don't understand that what goes through a parent mind is the minute you found out you was pregnant, right? The minute you was carrying that baby, you start remembering every kick. You remember when they came out. You remember all the milestone. That's something the wife can't do. That's what mothers go through, right? So you
gonna need to know about his background. Like they're gonna need to know if he has, what if it runs in the family, diabetes or high blood pressure, all that stuff. She can't just keep these kids away from his family. That's crazy. Like, I get it that, she's trying to protect the kids and this, that, the other from whatever.
Kids from what?
I don't know. Probably hearing that she's diabolical. Let's go.
She put it on and she put it up there.
Right.
And asking his mother.
No. It's not the same thing. I have had the NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her, have to sign an NDA now. Did you know this?
That's different than signing the NDA.
No, that came from Steven.
Okay. You would never post a picture of Steven.
What came from Steven? NDA to his funeral? He didn't even have a will. I know he didn't have a will.
I know that. And also,
what came from Steven? She's actually going off a party that they threw. Okay, that's a big difference from a
And
funeral.
it's a Hollywood party.
Come on, everybody
Oh.
signs NDAs at Hollywood parties. Stop it.
I don't know all the people that were in that wake. By the way, because you're asking this question trying to set me up. I didn't know the people that were
No,
in
no,
my
no,
wake.
I'm not trying to set you up. I'm asking you. You would never post a picture of Steven in the
I'm
thing,
sorry.
right?
What were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I didn't say nothing.
Well, I thought you said that you were saying something. I cut you off. Okay, sorry.
I didn't say nothing, sis.
Okay.
So if you say you wouldn't, why would you think that Connie would do that? That's what I'm asking you.
I was also going off of advice from people. So I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know why everyone expects me to have done this before. But also, just so you know, by the way, meanwhile, do you know that Steven has asked Connie to sign an NDA before? This was not her first time signing an NDA. I don't know if you knew this.
I mean, I've signed NDAs before. I think it's more.
Connie had to sign an NDA to go to one of our parties.
Okay, so a party, but did it say that you can't go and do any interviews? You can't write no books. You can't do nothing. That's not the same thing. The problem. Okay. NDA is one thing. I don't really understand. Did they have to sign NDAs to go to Biggie Small? Like even my child's father funeral. No one is gonna make people sign an NDA for a funeral. Like that's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. Do you think Stevie Wonder had an NDA? I mean, not Stevie Wonder. I'm sorry. Who just passed away recently?
There's so many who passed away.
Right. Like all these stuff going on. They all NDA'd out.
We've been dropping like our great people. Remember?
And she said, I mean, I got set up, but even
what's his name? Even what you call it? Who just Quincy Jones.
That's what I meant to say. That's shout out, like God bless everyone.
Come on now,
Quincy Jones. You think how many people there was NDAs involved, and then you can't say nothing about?
And he wasn't more famous than Quincy Jones, nor the guy Avant who passed away. Ain't nobody thinking about taking note that even I don't even care for her. But even Kobe wife didn't do no shit like that. Because she already knew she cut them off. She ain't had to humiliate them even more. But how she did them at Kobe's funeral was terrible.
I'm not sure how much money that he left her, but she probably knew that in order to probably keep surviving, because she probably can't go off her own merit and tout alone. Because I haven't seen her nowhere like doing nothing. She had to be able.
No, she's spending his money. Kobe's name still generates a lot of money, and he had companies. So the way she didn't even put them in the first way she did them was dirty, right? But very dirty and very disrespectful. But she didn't even make them sign an NDA because at that point, whether I like you or not, this is my son. I'm not going to take my son's picture and put him up on the internet. Come on now.
This is an open panel, guys. So if anyone wants to come up and give their commentary, please do. But this is a sad state of events. Let's go.
That's different than signing an NDA.
No, that came from Steven. And Steven was like, don't make my mom have to sign an NDA. No. Connie had to sign an NDA for Steven to come to a party, and Steven asked her to sign it.
Allison, I'm saying
this is not so.
I'm saying her signing an NDA. I'm saying her signing an NDA to see her son's body. Her signing an NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Steven asked her before she could come into a party.
That's different. You don't.
Why is she actually? She thinks that this makes sense. That's how you know she high or something like that. That you think allegedly. You think that makes sense to like compare a party to a funeral, and then have all these extra like clauses in there that says that okay, any kind of like any proceeds goes to me. What? And I wonder if she filed for the estate before or after this whole NDA situation happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, because her lawyer, you know what I'm saying, advised her. She already got a lawyer that's advising her that quick for the funeral?
Uh-huh.
Who goes to a lawyer right when somebody passes away? You're too busy setting up the funeral. You hit a lawyer quick. His body ain't even cold yet in the ground yet. You already got a lawyer on deck. We need to sign NDAs for the funeral. Come on now.
And she had to get that drawn up.
Right.
Instead of sitting at home crying about her husband, she's setting herself up financially.
Yeah, crazy.
Within a couple of days, that's that bullshit.
I understand how that's different.
Okay, so wait, why was Steven wrong? and asking his mother.
No. It's not the same thing. I've had family sign NDAs for like different things. I'm talking about to make his mama. So you telling me you don't see the difference in a party, an NDA for a party, Allison, other than
well, I know this. I'll say this.
Then making his mama see his.
Steven would definitely have my family. By the way, my family also an NDA. No questions asked. It doesn't matter who it is. It was protecting Steven, and it was the right choice.
You think that was protecting Steven, making his mama?
Pause. It don't matter who it is, she said. It don't matter who it is, she said. Let's keep it going.
What? That shows you that she did not respect his mother. She didn't respect his family.
Exactly.
She only thought about her own self and her lawyers or her lawyers
too. Instead of saying, you know, my mother, that's terrible when people show you how they feel about your family, right? Like I
Did
said,
she change the name of the kids too? Did she change their last name too?
You know what? Type in the daughter's name for a second. I don't even know what the little chick name is, but type in her name. Because if she is adopted, her last name will be Boss. Type that in. I'm trying.
What's the kid's name?
When you type in Allison, wherever her kid's name should come under her, then click on the daughter's name, Wesley something.
Wesley Fowler.
Thank you. I rest my case. My case is rested. I rest my case. They was all under duress. Wesley, her last name is Fowler. And what is Twitch? And her last name is Hulker, right? Which means she might have her biological father last name. Stop playing with me.
No, Fowler. Who is her? Who is this Fowler? Because who is her baby dad? You know,
Fowler last name could be from her biological father, Wesley's. That's why I'm telling you, he never legally adopted her because her last name would have been Boss.
Right. Okay. All right. There we go. Let's go.
Apparently, that woman seeing her son's body is equivalent to going to a party. Lord Jesus, help me keep my spirit right.
On NDA.
Context
to see his body?
It was a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I didn't celebrate.
That was protecting Steven, making his mama sign NDA. To see his body?
So it was a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I didn't celebrate the outlet, y'all. I have been celebrated from how I've handled this and protected Steven.
She's been celebrated? Who celebrated her? Been celebrated by who? Like who? Where's the celebration at?
Mm-hmm.
I've been celebrated over this funeral and how I handled everything. What? This is crazy. That's how you know. You know what? People that be high, you know what I'm saying? They got this inflated sense of I don't know, like the fact that she actually had the nerve to say, "I have been celebrated," girl.
That it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body.
Yeah, I do,
and
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
Y'all heard that? So.
And you know what? I feel the pain in his face. You know what I'm saying? When he's talking about this, you can see how painful this is to even revisit. You know, why is she putting everybody through all this stuff? She putting everybody else to have to relive his passing and stuff. This is just because she want to put out a book and then bring up this crazy stuff and I found this and da da da. When she was the one doing the same thing, she was getting high too. So why are you going to talk about what he was doing and not talk about yourself?
Then she creates an organization where the money still goes to her, but it's going to be under the organization's name. And if it's nonprofit, people can't touch it.
Her so-called father can't be. Where is the daughter's father at? I have been celebrated by this. I was celebrated after I made the funeral. Who celebrated? Was there like a celebration going on? Where was the celebration at?
And then also
show me the NDA of the celebration.
No, but it get worse, sis. He even talks of the brother that she had the nerve to talk about. Do you know after the funeral she left them dry? The brother had to take them out. They had to do their own repast.
What?
Keep letting them talk.
Oh my God.
Come for me. I told you. I told you what was gonna happen. I told you.
I just like I'm sick and tired. Like I literally, guys, I'm gonna take it as a compliment, but I don't.
Now you
That's
gotta
all.
get the
But
gotta get
also,
the rest of his
Mom,
interview. Forget her.
you can get mad at me, but I need everybody to go and look up when she was on Dancing with the Stars, or not Dancing with the Stars. So You Think You Can Dance, and she had curly hair. Now this girl, she gets Brazilian blowouts to her hair straight, because also you have to understand, we were born in Utah. Like
Utah.
they don't know how to take care of curly hair there, right? So over COVID, when I got all my hair cut off, then it started being healthier because it was fried. But I don't want those hate comments. I'm sorry. Like, dog somebody else for it. But please, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. That I think that's what most of my comments are actually. But Instagram username, and I never had access to my social media. He was a pretty strict parent, but like a couple months before I started getting access to it. But I was never adopted. I never had the last name Boss, and I know my siblings do, but I don't.
Boom.
And
boom. Ain't that what you said, Sugar Love? I was never adopted. I don't have the last name Boss. She said it herself. She said it herself. She was never adopted. Here we go, Lou.
But like a couple months before I started getting access to it, but I was never adopted. I never had the last name Boss, and I know my siblings do, but I don't. And my last name, my legal last name, isn't even what I is my handle. It's just my middle name, because I don't go by Boss or my last name.
Oh, so they're hiding her. So Fowler is her middle name. So that's a weird thing.
So she say, but go ahead. I told
She
y'all
doesn't go
people
by
she
her-
wasn't
her-
adopted.
So they're hiding
When
her.
she said Steven, I'm like, nah, she not adopted.
So she either the mom don't know who her father is.
The mother knows. I'm trying to tell you, it used to be up there, then it disappeared. It showed who her father was. I did it. And then next you know, it disappeared.
Mm.
Even the other ladies say, yeah, they took it off.
Interesting.
So, and I never have, but that was just we were addressed as the Boss family. That's what it was. And that, I had that Instagram handle since I was a child, a toddler, and that's just not me. And so, yeah, I can get the hate for changing it. But for instance, my mom never had hers as Boss. My mom's always been addressed as Allison Holker. Besides when they were together, it'd be the Mr. and Mrs. Boss, but they had completely separate careers, and they were addressed completely.
No.
But yeah,
go back. Pause. Girlfriend, you fucked up by saying they were separated. Completely separated. Then she tried to fix it and said they had different careers. Different careers has nothing to do with separating. That's why you should stay in the child's place.
Right. Well, why does she even have this 16-year up here doing this? She should have said, no, just chill, lay back, and stay in your place.
They were
do some
separated.
TikTok dances or something, young lady. Why are you in grown folks' place right here?
He effed up and said they were completely separated, and then go with where they was working. Okay, a lot of parents work in different places. That don't mean they separated. You effed up, little girl.
Yeah, and here's the thing: why didn't she take on his last name?
Because as I was trying to tell you, they were never. You could tell when she said Steven, I knew right there he never legally adopted that girl. There was no more to say.
He didn't legally adopt her. She didn't never take on his last name. The daughter never had his last name. She going by a middle name, which is a weird middle name. Fowler is a strange middle name, for a girl. But anyways.
No, hold up. Agree to disagree. She did say they were separated. She said they was completely separate, and then she changed it when they were together, as in together at an event. No, darling, you can't fix that. Agree to disagree. She effed up. I listened to what people say. Then she tried to clean it up. That was a cleanup.
Hers is Boss. My mom's always been addressed as Allison Holker. Besides when they were together, it'd be the Mr. and Mrs. Boss, but they had completely separate like
See?
careers, and they were
See?
addressed.
No,
to
she
fix
said
it.
they had completely separate careers.
No, she said they was completely separated. And then she said, as in careers. See that gap right there. I keep telling you, I know how to listen. When people are telling the truth, it flows. What you say flows. She stopped. Listen to the gap. Then she fills it in. Right? If it's going to flow, right? Why only be called boss when they together, but when they're not together, then is you a wife or you not his wife? Because if you his wife, regardless of we in the same spot or not, I'm still Mrs. Boss, right? She don't have no problem being Mrs. Boss, making people sign NDAs and shit. Now she don't have a problem being called boss.
Hey, also listen. My IG is up here. If you guys find any more information about this, please send it to my IG. And also if you guys want to donate, please send it to my Cash App or send me send like little super chats. Please support the platform. This is like how we make money off of like getting this information for y'all to y'all. So please make sure you guys support, subscribe, like, all that. So, but yeah, if you all the information you can find, because this is crazy. So let's go. Let me play it again.
Toddler, and that's just not me. And so yeah, I can get the hate for changing it, but like for instance, like my mom never had hers as boss. My mom's always been addressed as Allison Holker. Besides when they were like together, it'd be like the Mr. and Mrs. Boss, but they had completely separate like careers, and they were addressed completely like separately. But yeah, when we were all together, like I had siblings, we were the Boss family. Like that's the name that my siblings are gonna have, and that's what they're gonna carry on. But even Steven's family, like his parents, they don't have the last name Boss.
Man, she might have just said that, she's only 16.
No, ma'am. That's the problem. People don't listen and they want to put in what they want to put in. She fucked up. Why is when they together, they're bosses, but when they're not together, she's Hawker or whatever her name is. Normal people don't do that. If I'm not around my husband, I'm still Mrs. Boss. I'm not going to get around people and say, unless you they were putting on a front like they were happy. They were not happy. So when they got together, they had to put on the front like they was bosses. Being that they was not happy, and his friend even said he wanted to leave her ass. Right? So she slipped up and said they were separated. They go, when they work together. That don't make it sound no better.
It doesn't. Why are you using a different name, using two last names? What is going on? Yeah. What's going on here? So they there must have been some kind of something.
Right. Either you Mrs. Boss or you're not.
Boss. But basically, I don't know. I'm trying to like get all my ideas together about what's like appropriate to say and like what's not going to get me in trouble, because like I'm just trying to address things, but like I'm still trying to be respectful to everybody. And
you should have had like a piece of paper and ran it by your mom first or somebody first, like a PR person, before you got up on Instagram saying anything with your nappy fro.
And I'm just so over, like, for instance, since I'm trying to be respectful, but I just think it's complicated because I speak to Steve's mom.
Kobe Bryant, whatever his wife name is, was such and such a Bryant. So there was a divide going on. What that divide was, we'll still let to be seen. There was something going on to the fact that she still kept her last name and separated herself. And then when they were together, then they had the same name, the Boss. And you know what I'm saying? And then even though she had a different last, this is crazy.
Just like my mom and her were speaking weekly at some point, and I don't know if it's still like that. Like me and my mom haven't talked about it, but since Steven died, I feel like I've seen his family more than when he was alive. We would only see them once or twice a year, but you guys have to understand that it's because they live in another state.
They see him more now. It's because they live in another state. What difference does it make? Like, go to the other state. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into all these people that she's dating and all this weird stuff she's doing. Let's go.
And saying that the things that Allison reported in her book And also in her interview that she did with People magazine were lies about his best friend, Stephen Twitch Boss. Okay? So Emmanuel Curd and Emmanuel Acho are not the same people. Okay? This is Emmanuel Acho. He's a Nigerian American. He's a retired NFL player as well. And he does like some commentary and stuff on his social media. So basically, he knew Twitch first before Allison. But when Twitch passed away, Allison was already starting to date and see this guy or whatever, and they were spending time together. Allison introduced Emmanuel to her daughter. As you can see here, this is the 16-year-old daughter who was also disrespecting Twitch as well in her recent live video. Just very disrespectful video. But
I did want to say video credit goes to Sunday Omani for this because she did the research, and shouts out to her for her commentary on this. So video credit goes to Sunday Omani.
at her as a victim, and I just look at her as someone who's just been coached by her mom, Allison. So anyway, Allison was actually using this guy to escort her to events and at the same time for emotional support. It appears that she's been having emotional affairs with different people. Like, this is not the first time she's done this. When she's friends with guys, she constantly complains about how her husband is not treating her special. She doesn't feel special in her relationship, I guess. So anyway, what this man did is
Wait, so they were separated. She was dating this guy while she was with Twitch? And he knew Twitch before he was messing around with his wife? Oh, Lord, this is even worse than I thought. That's crazy. So she was actually fooling around with this guy while she was with Twitch. And then they would get together and have events, and then they would be the family. And then she would go off and be dating this dude on the side. That is insane. Come on now.
He then decided, okay, well, if she doesn't feel special, she doesn't feel seen or whatever, let me book a nice hotel or whatever and spend time with her. I mean, you guys, this guy booked like the hotel is over $1,000 a night. Okay. So I think he thought that Allison was serious about this whole situation, but really it's because she just didn't want to be alone. She wanted to have an escort, but I guess not pay for it, right? Somebody that she thought was entertaining, fun. And as you can see, this guy's personality is really fun. You can even see Twitch in this picture here laughing as well. They also were dancing together. He acted like he really admired Twitch, but Allison hogged this guy to be part of her friendship circle and later on having an emotional affair with him. I'm hearing that this man also kind of felt bad for Allison as well. And that's the reason why he wanted to make her feel special, because she's constantly complaining to people that she engages with about how she never felt special in her marriage. This is after Twitch passed, by the way, you guys. Okay.
Okay. After.
This was taken
It's best as
right after
worse.
she passed away. This video footage of them coming out of the
It's just as
hotel.
bad.
For this guy, Emmanuel, he actually thought Allison was serious about him. He really did. But she was just using him until she really found who she was really interested in. Okay. So this was not something
A
that was
married man.
serious for Allison. This guy actually thought that Allison, really wanted a deeper connection, like a deeper relationship. But it turns out for Allison, this was just a good time. Okay. Nothing too serious. And he's not the only guy that she was seeing and, dealing with or whatever.
So there is no proof that he unalived himself. So where did that come from?
Baby, let me tell you how wicked she is. The man passed away. I would see if he was still alive for a person who's trying to protect him. I go and say he ain't treat me like a wife. But the man gone and you still throwing dirt on his name. He ain't treat me good. Like who?
2 years later.
No, this what she been was doing. This is just coming up now. But she changed her name in 2 days. 2 days. And that's not the first man. If you listen to what she said, that's not the first man she has emotional relationships with. So she never cared about that man. And that's not where the mental problem, that's when depression and stuff kicks in. That's why he was depressed. Some people go through storms, and sometimes we're not going to say they have mental issues. That's a human part of life when you going through stuff, right? And it's temporary, right? Some people go through temporary depression and temporary this. You got to go through these storms, and he laying with a man eater, right? He laying with a man eater, and then he probably got tired of the lies, and that was getting to him. I got this, like the daughter said when they got together, they was the boss. Thank her for opening her mouth, right? So when they're not together, he's the boss, she's a hooker, or whatever her last name is, right? So if I'm a man and I married you and gave you a better life, and when I'm not around you, you not Miss Boss, how would that make you feel?
Right, that's terrible. That's not a marriage. That's a arrangement, is what that is. And then they said that he checked into the motel. They found him. They said that the staffers told the outlet, Boss didn't appear to be in any sort of distress and wasn't visibly upset about anything. He only brought one small bag and had booked the room for one night. He allegedly missed his checkout on Tuesday, leading employees to go to his room, where they found him in the bathroom with a G-shot wound to the head. But they said that no one heard G-shots at the motel. So wouldn't no one next door heard any G-shots? Like nothing?
And
Honey,
listen,
let me tell you something. I live in Texas, right? Do you know that if people hear a G-shot down the street, it will call the po-po? You understand what I'm saying? And you in a hotel room and somebody do this, and you don't. Nobody next to them heard it. Nobody called down to the thing. Hey, I heard something.
With her pow pow. So he went and took her pow pow, right? So that go to show you her name was on. That was the most indication that a person can do is when they take. He wanted us to look into it because he used her pow pow, right? So that's a clue right there. Her pow pow. Look into this. Like, why did he choose her pow pow? How do people miss that?
And he had his own, apparently. Right? So why would he need to do hers? That's interesting.
Right. That was an indication. Look into this. Right. People leave different clues. That was a big ass clue. Her pow pow.
And unless they were doing some Mission Impossible stuff with a silencer, why didn't anybody hear a G-shot at the hotel? Somebody need to look into this. Yeah, his family is right. They need to look at.
There's other guys too that she was involved in, but as you would see later, after she dated this guy and was dealing with him, she actually went to the guy that she really wanted, who was Adam Edmonds. This is him and his wife. He's legally married, and Allison says how happy she is now with this guy. So Emmanuel just appears to me to have been a rebound, okay? And at the same time, he was somebody that she was using, just to complain about her marriage.
So she walked to the police station to report him missing a day before they found his body. And where is the neighbor's cameras?
Complaining about their relationship, right? Yo, this is crazy.
No drugs in the system at all. However, she's talking about how he had a drug problem. She went to the closet. Show us the picture of the thing that you found at the closet. Where's the picture of that?
Her relationship or whatever. And
now I think her book comes out in February. I think it does. It releases. I don't know if I'm gonna get it just to read
No,
it
I
and
would
see.
not get it. I would not support no parts of that book, which none of us should do, because we're putting more money in her pocket because it goes
Yeah.
to her organization, right? So
Mhm.
what do we? So in the same way she made that book, his mama could make a book too. Miss Boss, and she could say my life story, right? She don't have to say, she could say my life story, right? So the money will go to her. When she start telling her life story, I'm sorry to tell you, Allison, her son will be part of her life story, right? Because he got other kids too, right? It's not about Twitch no more. It's about her life story. So all that NDA didn't mean nothing. The brother has the right to write a book and say my life story. Unfortunately, Allison, he will be part of that book, right? And they don't have to use his name at all. They can just say my brother, or she could just say my son, right? They didn't use
Yep.
his name. She want the money off the name. They don't have to use his name, but they
Right.
can still tell them. But I don't think that is any one of their thoughts. I don't think there was a mother thought, the brother. I think at this point they're trying to go on with their lives, right? I don't think this was a thought for none of them.
Right. So
Right.
Hallelujah says her life story resembles the lady who allegedly paid her husband with F. She writes a children's book on coping with passing away, but has been pulled off the shelf since allegations of aiming her husband. Check out the court TV advertisement of the alleged trial coming soon.
Okay, write that name down. We definitely will.
Yeah, I gotta find that one.
Right.
Let's hear what else she been doing.
This guy just wanted to make her feel special. This is what I'm hearing. He just wanted to make her feel special. It appears that she made this man feel like she wanted something more, but he was just like a rebound guy that she was just using because she didn't want to go to industry events by herself. That's all. As you can see here, you know, they went to Chelsea Handler's. I think she had a show. So yeah, that was it. She just wanted an escort to events, and at the same time someone to show her some TLC and someone.
What kind of friend is this of Twitch? What kind of friend are you, sir?
That wasn't his real friend. They knew each other. That's why they wanted to show the difference, because everybody thought it was the other guy. That's why they kept calling it his friend.
I'm not gonna buy the book. I was saying, you know, I was going
Yeah.
to just to like see what the heck she had to say.
Right.
But
They knew of each other, but that wasn't his friend. The other Emmanuel is his friend.
To make her laugh and all that kind of stuff. And once she had a great time or whatever, she didn't need this guy anymore. Okay, so that was it. It was nothing serious for Allison. It was just a good time, and she wanted to be treated special. And this guy believed that, you know, she deserved it, you know, after her husband passed away. And at the same time, like I said, a lot of people are calling Emmanuel Lacho Stephen Twitch boss friend, but Allison actually claims him to be more of her friend.
wow.
Okay, and this is the type of stuff that she would do. When she would meet people that Twitch would meet, she would then claim some of them as her friend, and then they wouldn't talk to Twitch that much. They would talk mostly to Allison. So yeah, and I mean, at the same time, she was telling a lot of people stuff about her own husband too, right? So anyway, you guys.
Mouthpiece shouts out to you. He says he's been watching from the mountains. Like she was the one with the addictions. I heard that she was on Molly and all kind of other stuff.
Allegedly Molly.
Allegedly and Molly.
Allegedly cocaine. Allegedly alcoholic.
Mm-hmm. And you hear her voice sound like it's been tore up from all that whatever she's been doing, drinking and stuff.
She's one of them women. I hate to say that, you know, the black mothers, like they warn, like when they see their son becoming a football star, basketball star, that's the one the mothers try to warn them against. Them are the type of women who find out where your hotel room is at, right? And when you go into your hotel room, they're already in there, right? That's them type of one. She's that type of woman, right? That's why on the edition, this man standing in line, this chick would not, I mean, she was like all under him. Like he has not, why I say this? Because he has not matured yet when he took that video.
Oh, he like a little sweetheart. He was such a sweet little.
Now he looked sweet, but in that particular video, he has not matured yet. So he will look like what you would consider a nerd, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would not be the first guy, you know, that a woman is going to be on like that, right? It's nothing like a woman.
Is she from California? Is she like a California chick that probably like scopes out people? You know what I'm saying? And knows about
but that's what she do, because you could see it in that video. You can see it in that video. That I'm like, damn, this girl all over him like rice or gravy, like. And again, I only mention that because he was younger. He has not matured, so he didn't have the body that you see now, right? He didn't finish growing, so he didn't have the height that you see now. He like a regular old, like, so that, like, you will have women that will talk to him, but at that time, that would not be the man you gonna goo goo gaga over. Because he's just a regular old guy at that point who has now he's mature. You can say, oh, he looked good, but he matured into that face. He matured into that body. It wasn't like that when they was on that line. And she was all over him. And when I seen that, it only took me one time. I'm like, oh, she sees something. Either they sick her on him, like that's your target right there. And he was targeted. He was targeted. She said that she stalked him, and when they first met, she tricked into breaking into someone's mansion, and the alarms went off, and she hopped the fence and left him.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Man, he looks so young here.
Right. Now, this is another one. This is one I think he had to go retry again. He didn't get accepted. I'm talking about when they outside on the line. You see that chick all under his ass. Right.
I thought that this would show the line, but yeah.
No, it's gone. It's gone, DJ.
So she got like some good scrubbers, some good internet scrubbers that know how to scrub. You know what I'm saying?
And as you can see, even there, he hasn't matured yet. Now he's mature. He hasn't matured yet. He was a beautiful soul then that they had to take him because, you know, he made them all feel good. Even in that video.
Yeah.
What do we expect? By the way, I've received some comments from some people who are like, you know, this was his choice, you know. When I did my last video, where his own friend, Emmanuel, okay, this Emmanuel Hurd, aka Manny Cross is his name. This friend right here, the best friend, the one in the red, he said that whenever he would call Steven would say that he has to go, you know, go in the closet, or he would have to go in another room or go in the car just so he can talk to him. Okay. And then I saw some messages where people were like, wow, he must have been such a weak person. I don't have respect for him anymore. This was his choice. I don't feel sorry for him. Well, you know what, you guys, if you don't feel sorry for someone, maybe it's because you don't understand like how, like, I want to choose my words carefully because this is YouTube. There are people who are suffering in silence sometimes in their relationships, and no matter how happy they appear, like everything is okay and stuff like that, things are not right. Nobody chooses to be in a toxic relationship. It's not a choice. Nobody gets married to get a divorce. No one gets married to suffer in silence.
Maybe she did say that she was going to divorce him, and he didn't know exactly.
No, he was talking about divorcing her. That's why I said I wish you have the full video of the friend. It's a full video. It's not that long, but because she was like, well, he ain't talked to me. He said, yeah, like, he talked to me. right? Basically saying that he was I think that he probably was telling her it was over. She was like, "Huh, you think it's over? No, you're gonna be over for real." I think they had that conversation where he wanted out. And she said, "Really? Really? Okay." Mm. That's why I think that's why she don't have the feelings that she is supposed to have, because she knew it was over.
Shouts out to Night and Day Network. Let's see. I think they played a lot of the.
Like, oh, sensitive, but that ain't how she is behind closed doors. Check this out. Listen to this.
Listen to this.
Listen, you actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh
And
my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
To see his
I would do
body?
it again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
It's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand that Stevens even asked her to do it.
He didn't ask her to sign.
I would do it again. I would do it again.
Sign the NDA to see his body.
What's this?
Do you understand what I'm
Also,
saying?
did anyone ever tell you?
What's this?
In a party, an NDA for a party, NDAs for a party.
And asking his mother to
No.
Party?
It's not the same thing. I have had the NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her. Have to sign an NDA now.
Order your natural soaps and body oils, natural detox, CBD sticks and pre-rolls, vapes, hair and skincare products. 20% off at nightandDayHerbals.com.
Now, I was on it before him. Hallelujah. I'm just not a bigger channel, so
On
people
your
don't
left.
see.
On your left, the portals are opening up. People is speaking up because we was quiet. Look at Comfort. Comfort spoke up. We can lose jobs and branded, but we don't care because the portals is opened up. And I'm not saying she's Thanos. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the concept. And I know they're going to come after me. They're going to try to bring up my past, a little thing. I don't give a, hey, listen to me, man. I don't give a damn. You hear me? I don't care at all. The portals is opening up and we about to speak. Captain America ain't going to fight this fight alone at all. He ain't fighting it alone. And here's the thing. For 2 years, we was quiet, y'all. We was quiet. We had to sit quiet in that funeral. And the funeral looked like 1921. It was segregated. It was all the white people, a whole bunch of white people over here. I mean, you should have seen it. You should have seen it. She got up there talking about, every day was magic. All his friends who knew were just sitting there. We were just quiet out of respect. We've been quiet. This is the year where the toxic woman comes down, bro. Bro, I'm telling you. We was quiet for the sake of his kids. We was quiet.
Shouts out to Night and Day. Yes, if anyone wants to come up, please hit the StreamYard link. If anybody has any information about this, because this is sad. And anybody that knows a little more than we do, because I used to watch So You Think You Can Dance, so but I didn't really know, you know what I'm saying, that this was going on like this. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea. So yeah, please
see,
drop
I knew it because I used to watch they little interviews, and I would see how he would be like a little distant and she'd be all over him, right? And I remember when Ellen went on she used to start letting people like host a show, and her ass came up on there and they was talking about having more kids. You have to look at his face when she said that shit. Like, we're gonna have more kids. And he's like, so I've always known that she wasn't the girl for him. They tried to show us the dancing videos to make us think a certain way. But see, when you know how to free think, you could throw whatever. No, I see things people don't see, right? And if you ever look at the videos that they were in, this nigga looking like, damn, I gotta sit with her, and she be all over him. I'm like, that's over dramatizing, if you understand what I'm saying. Like she's overacting. Like sit like a regular wife. All that acting like we all good, and his face was just like regular. Right? That's just like regular. And I'm like, nah. Even if you could, I don't know if you could show it, but maybe somebody else have it when they was on the Ellen DeGeneres. Look how she's over here when they talk about the babies.
Blessings, Queens. Blessings. How y'all doing?
Hi,
Hey,
welcome.
thank you. Brother name, how do you say your name again? Brother name.
Mouthpiece.
Hi, Mouthpiece. Welcome.
Mouthpiece. Indeed. Blessings on blessings, Queens. I appreciate y'all for the invite. I'm
Yeah.
truly honored, and I appreciate this content. I greatly appreciate this wonderful content because ever since Twitch passed, it has not sat right with me. You know what I'm saying? From Ellen DeGeneres to his wife, especially his wife, commonly because the reports of a black man, you know what I'm saying, who would run away from his home and then go to the hotel and then unalive himself. It just don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to, highlight that one picture you just showed when she had on that skirt, the gold skirt, and she had her hand on his shoulder. That does not look like a loving wife embrace. That looked like a slave master saying, yeah, this is my property and I'm going to do what I see fit. Whenever I want to cash in on this man, I will do that. That's the vibes that I get from that picture for some reason.
Yeah. And so here's the thing, like, here's another question. So he left. How long ago did he leave Ellen DeGeneres before this happened?
Shit.
I would say probably maybe a matter of months, maybe 6 months or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't a whole full year yet. It was not a whole year.
And see, why did he have to get off the show? What was the reason?
The show got canceled. It was finished.
Yeah, it was canceled. It was discontinued. Yeah, it was discontinued after I think a sum of 8 years.
I think it was 9 years, right? 9 years.
My bad. Yeah, it could have been 9. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So Ellen didn't have any other opportunity to do anything. You know what's so crazy?
Remember, hold on. Remember, Ellen had a lot of her own. Remember, everybody was suing her.
Oh, okay.
Right. Remember, they was suing her, and they was saying that the conditions of the work, so all of that got passed. She started losing sponsors and everything. So, as she says, she's retiring, but in all reality, she had to get off the show. But Twitch is the. Go ahead, my brother.
And don't forget the untimely demise of Ann Hirsch as well. You know what I'm saying? They had said that Ann Hirsch had died in a car crash, and all of a sudden this video pops up with her sitting up in the gurney. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of crazy stuff that was going on behind the scenes that couldn't be hidden no more, and that was coming to the light. So with that death of Ann Hirsch, it just opened up a whole can of worms of a whole lot of other things that we was uninformed about, but we started seeing. Little small glitches kept popping up. And by the way, I am also a content creator myself. I would love for y'all to subscribe to my channel also when y'all have some time. I do cover certain things such as this, and as well as things pertaining to our people.
Okay. Do you have any information on it? Because we can go on your channel. Do you have anything on there specifically addressing this subject on your channel?
Well, I'm coming around to it. I didn't address it just as of yet because I'm still gathering information, but I will be doing a special about generational curses on my next show this Saturday at 9 p.m. I will be talking about generational curses.
All right, make sure you subscribe to both channels. I'm just waiting for Jackie to drop my link. My boy to drop my link, right? But
salute, Sister Jackie. We appreciate you.
Right, we it's 2 channels here. We work together, right? So we always tell people to join Burke channel. A lot of times, I go on a YouTube hiatus, and you're gonna have to have her. Sometimes when I come off of YouTube hiatus, she may not be on. You can catch me, but most of the time you'll catch us together. But everybody knows I go on YouTube hiatus.
Oh, definitely, I definitely will subscribe. And special shouts out to Hallelujah, all praises to his name, sister. I would definitely subscribe to you as well. Every sister and everybody that has a channel on here, I'm definitely supporting y'all, and I'm definitely gonna mess with y'all the strong way, not the wrong way.
Jackie put the links in there, right? You could just go on and click the link and press subscribe. But like I said, I wish that if she can find any of the interviews, Genesis will see herself how he looks withdrawn and she's all over him like a barracuda.
Yes, yes, yes. I see that often on majority of them pictures, especially that picture that you just showed earlier with the one she had on the gold dress. He's sitting over there and he's to the side and her arm is extended on his shoulder. It's not an
Yeah.
embrace extension. Her arm is not patting him on the back. You know how these beautiful sisters, and I wish she would have just got with a sister. The way the beautiful sister would embrace a black man, she would put her arm behind his back and hold his back or hold his shoulder with her arm wrapped around his head. I mean his neck. You don't see none of that with her. It's so cold. It's almost like she cussed him out to take the picture. Like, stay still, so take the picture. You know, you got that force. It's a forceful power to it. Yeah.
And then she also got mad because remember they both started off on you. So you think you could dance? So she thought that she was going to become an expiring dancer, but she didn't. He did. So that created a lot of jealousy inside of her because she wanted to be Twitch. She wanted to be loved by everybody, right? But you know what was for you? You don't have his personality, right? He come from a good family, bringing everybody in his family. Like if his whole family is speaking up or whatever, you don't see none of her family speak. Where's her family at?
Exactly.
Right. Where is
because they disowned her. They disowned her.
Mm-hmm.
They disowned her, so is that like a true thing? Do you
Yep.
know that?
No,
Yep.
I don't know if they disowned her. I'm just saying the lesbian.
No, they did. I looked it up. I did the research. They disowned her for messing with Twitch.
Oh, so she come from a kind of a racist family.
Yes.
Interesting. So
then
then
they say
that explains that I
equal.
feel she deserves. You know what I'm saying?
No, she probably did them just as wicked, and they
I
disowned
deserve.
her.
You know what I'm saying?
Deserve. I think that she was evil with them. I think she caused a lot of family problems. Also, I think that's why they deserved her. They deserted her because.
Definitely. That also plays a part.
Right, and then they try to say because she got with Twitch, which proves that her other child is not biracial, right? But I'm just saying, they try to put that out, but now we know that's not true because nobody spoke out, even to have her back. Like if you look her up, do she got brothers and sisters? I'm like we don't know nothing.
Yeah, she does. I did do some of my research. She does have a family. It's not a big family, but it's semi small. I think she got a brother and a sister, and her dad and her mom. I think they're still together, if I'm not mistaken. But as you can see, and even with her interviews, there is nobody, none of them coming to embrace her. Nobody. So I'm pretty sure they know. So I'm pretty sure they know what's going on.
Now, Mouthpiece say the mom is on TikTok saying how she's backing her. Of course, because y'all taught y'all children at a young age how to get that money. Of course, you're gonna back her. The same
Thank you,
way,
Sister Jackie. I appreciate
it. Of course, you're gonna back her. This is how they train their young girls since they are small. This is like we are trained differently. Like they are trained. Keep your eyes, get that money. Right? I don't care if you love that man or not. Get that money. Go this where you need to be. Like they teach them how to go. Like when them artists have like them shows, they teach them. Okay, you be in the staircase. You find out what room he in. Right? Trap them off. Have them babies. Become the wife. They know them men ain't all the time. They know what they get.
When it all costs.
They don't care because they know once
right.
you fuck it, all your money is mine.
That's right. When it all costs, put him on that insurance policy. Urge him to keep going back to Ellen DeGeneres, no matter how bad she's getting treated. It's crazy. It's sad, man. That this brother had to live his life unloved and giving out so much love to this woman and doing the best he can, as well as taking on the responsibilities of providing and going to a job that was treating him like trash. He's constantly watching people being destroyed and abused and taken advantage of, as well as himself. Ellen DeGeneres was not the sweet woman that she proclaimed she was on camera. You know what I mean? She had a whole other evil side. And then she was best friends with Diddy. Everybody know how bad he was when it came to dealing with, employees and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. So let's hear a little bit more of what the friend had to say.
Yes,
lying, y'all. You hear me? Was she acting like, oh, sensitive but that ain't how she is behind closed doors. Check this out. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Al said, y'all, I have been celebrated
Hold on.
from how I've handled this and
Listen to this.
protected.
You actually think that it is cool
Okay.
to make his mama sign
Listen to
NDA?
this. The NDA thing, right? The whole NDA thing, and how she was acting like, oh, here come the receipts. Here come the receipts. I'm about to play it for you, right? I'm about to play it for you right now. So remember how she's trying to act about the NDA? Oh, no, NDA. We only did that because blah, blah, blah. Y'all, she don't give a damn. She don't give a damn at all. She said, this is what she said. She said, yep, I made her sign the NDA, and I'll make her sign it again. Yep, every day of my life. That's what she said. Now, she gonna lie to you, okay? She gonna lie to you, okay? And she gonna say, she didn't say that. He's lying. But I'm about to play it for you real quick. Hold, let me come in here. Let me come in here real quick so you can really hear it real clear. I'm gonna let you hear it real clear. Check this out.
NDA for a party. NDAs for a party.
And asking his mother to
No.
send it.
It's not the same thing. I have had the NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her, have to sign an NDA. No. Did you know this?
That's different than signing the
And
NDA.
No. That came from Steven.
I'm asking you. You would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right?
You know what's so crazy?
Right.
She talking about how Steven did this and Steven did that. But when she talked about the NDA, she talked about her lawyer, not Steven. She's trying to compare it to a time when Steven said, but she explicitly said that her lawyer suggested that she make the family sign an NDA to go to the funeral. So stop bringing up Steven, because Steven is not the person that you're going off of. You went by the advice of your lawyer, okay? And then the lawyer threw a clause in there that says that if they say anything, do any interviews, write a book, whatever, that it goes, all proceeds go to you. So no one can talk about him. No one can be. So y'all use the NDA to slide in, giving you rights to any interviews from that point on. That's
Exactly.
where the crazy part is. You know what I'm saying? So you can't use him as the reason why the NDA and blah, 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 blah. But go ahead.
Exactly.
Malcolm, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to interject. The sister a little earlier, Hallelujah, she had mentioned about the Willie Lynch letter, the book, the Willie Lynch letter. Hold on one second. Let me see. I got to turn my camera around real quick. Hold on. You know what? Give me one second. Okay, so now I don't have to turn around. I'm just going to bring it down. I actually have that book, and I read that book on a daily basis. Everything that she just said about that book is absolutely correct. So I definitely got to give her a shout out for that. And yeah, that's exactly what it says. It say give the lower level appreciated Caucasoid women to the black man. And you see on all these occasions, a lot of them are highly obsessed with the black man's anatomy. You know what I'm saying? And they don't look at him as a tool, as a person of love, interest, and a dear husband. They look at him as another tool. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she did. She utilized him as a tool. And I didn't mean to cam up on y'all like that, but I just wanted to show y'all the book.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it too much about race, but race is involved in this because,
it also plays a part.
Because of
Indeed.
culturally, first of all, you're not letting the kids be around their grandkids. They're around. She says that they're around a lot more, but the guys, his friends even asking when can they see the kids? And she's well, I'm saying she's making up excuses the whole time. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of that going on. It's like, okay, when can they see the grandkids? Well, even Twitch they didn't see him that much. Well, Twitch was busy working. That's up to you, the mother, the stay-at-home mom person, to be like, you know what, I'm talking to your grandma. We're gonna go visit. You know what I'm saying? While you working, we're gonna go take the kids and see the grandma. But that shows that there was a disconnect with his family.
Exactly.
So let's look a little more into this.
Yeah, but I'm also in the industry and I know that. And also, I don't know that all the people that were in that wake, by the way, because you're asking this question trying to set me up, I didn't know the people that were invited to that wake.
No, I'm not trying to set you up. I'm asking you, you would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? So if you say you wouldn't, why would you think that Connie would do that? That's what I'm asking you.
I was also going off of advice from people. So, I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know
She
why I
was
wouldn't expect me to
also
have done
going
this before.
off the
But also,
advice
just so you
of
know, by the way,
people.
meanwhile, do you know that Steven
She was also going off the advice of people. And then she's always talking for Steven. Steven's not here to defend himself. So I don't know why she's constantly bringing up what Steven did. And Steven has passed away. May he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying?
What people are she speaking of? She speaking of the industry people? It can't be the family because she
It
don't
was
have no dealings with them.
the lawyer.
Exactly, which was appointed to her by who? The industry.
Mm-hmm. Because let me tell you what they do. When they give you an exorbitant amount of money, they want to get their money back. You know what I'm saying? And what they'll do is they'll even line you up with a job, with opportunities to make money, and they'll have people come your way. Oh, okay, you can invest in this, but really the money's going back to the people, the very people that gave you the money. They do a lot of underhanded stuff. You know, that's why a lot of like our basketball players and football players end up broke, is because the whole time they got all that money, they'll, oh, okay, we'll give you $1 million contract, but I'm gonna send this person your way with a business idea, that person, and all that money's gonna come right back to us. So we'll suck the money from the football, but then we're gonna be able to share the money because we're gonna get in this person's pockets. And then at the end of the day, they end up running off with the money. And then when that person retires, gets injured, whatever, then everybody else is paid and you up there broke. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how it goes down, you know?
Exactly.
Including the sicking a woman on you. Sicking a woman on you.
Yep, we all seen that movie Get Out. That's prime proof.
It's more than just Get Out. This is a whole. They need a whole.
Oh yeah. It's a whole culture. It's a whole.
A whole other movie about.
It's been going on for years. It's been going on for years. That's part of why this book, the Willie Lynch Letter, exists, really, because it was part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
Has asked Connie to sign an NDA before. This was not her first time signing an NDA. I don't know if you knew this.
I mean, I've signed NDAs before. I think it's more.
Connie had to sign an NDA to go to one of our parties. Did you know this?
That's different.
Why is she saying Connie? Why is she saying Miss Boss? Mama Boss, something like that. So
oh God, that's so disrespectful. Go ahead. I'm sorry, sis.
No, go ahead, because you're married. So at what point do you stop having respect for your mother-in-law?
Yeah.
And now she's Connie.
If you're
about probably 30 years younger than she is. You know what I'm saying? And you up here Connie this and Connie that. Just disrespectful. And that's why her daughter's being disrespectful. She hears her mom being disrespectful. Connie this and Steven that. And then next thing you know, she's doing the same thing, repeating after her mom.
Exactly.
There'd be no way I would never let my 15-year-old daughter address any person as that's an elder, like by their first name. And I've had people say, hey, she can just call me so and so. No, she cannot. I don't raise my kids like that. No, don't teach my kids that.
Also, is that like you see how she's slandering his name? Oh, he didn't treat me right. And that's what she told her daughter too.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't treat me right. He don't treat you as a stepfather. And I think she put in that child's head, well, that's why they treat you like that. You're not his buyer. They're boss, right? And I'm like, it's sad that the daughter at a young age can't say, well, shit, he bought the house, right? You know, I'm in the house. I'm in the best schools. You know, people know. Of course, that's not going to go through a young child's head, you know, how her life is that he provided, right? But I think that she put that in the daughter's head.
Yeah, she sure is.
Exactly. And then another thing too about this box that she claimed that she found. How the hell that we don't know that that's your box that you claim that's his? You get what I'm saying? You knew exactly where it's at. You talking about y'all was cleaning up and you discovered it. And you just so happened to have all type of drugs in it.
First of all,
mushrooms is not the drug of choice for a black man.
Thank you.
Now, if you would have said, weed, now if you said, I saw, now if you would have been like, I found an ounce of weed, and, you know, some liquor, put up, stash some Hennessy or some, you know, Cavassier somewhere.
Hey, it wouldn't even be meth; it'd be crack. So,
Let's go.
First of all,
or even cocaine to that degree.
right, you know, bullshit.
Little booger sugar.
No, but any addict, first of all, I've never heard of an addict who's trying to hide something, put something in their closet. Like, no, because that means you got to walk into, no, you're going to put it like, if you going outside, you're going to put that stuff outside and hide it like it maybe the garage or, you know, or you're going to hide it someplace that's not where you can find it.
That's because that was at both of their little stash that they would get high with probably together. You know what I'm saying? Probably.
No, but even then, as the man. But even then, as the man that's pretty much paying the bills and getting the money, you're paying for these things. You don't have to hide nothing, but just keep it away from the kids and let your wife know. Because he's the man that's ultimately paying for it.
They're not going to put it in the closet.
And who keeps a closet of drugs? Like most drugs.
That sounds like some white folks stuff.
I can see
you on drugs, you gonna take all that shit. You ain't gonna have nothing left chilling.
We don't stash. Black people do not stash drugs in the closet.
Why did he bring it to the hotel with him to get high? You know what I'm
saying? Exactly.
Get a couple hookers and have a party.
I can see she said, damn, they was fixing the toilet bowl. We found it inside the toilet bowl. Now, them are hiding places, right?
There we go. Exactly.
The toilet bowl, or I was thinking he put it in different bottles.
Or I checked his lower sock drawer and, 2 bags of weed fell out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, whoa. You know what I mean? We don't put it in the box in the closet. That sounds like some 1950s Ray Charles, this is boy type stuff.
Addict does not.
Right, and he didn't have an OD. It was a whole nother situation. He didn't OD on nothing.
I can see
didn't have nothing in his system. Now, if he was a drug addict, he go into a hotel room. That's where most drugs get done at, is the hotel. He had
none in his system.
That's right. And drugs, freak offs, all that.
and I gotta remember, drugs not also consist of illegal drugs. It also consists of legal drugs. So when they're looking for drugs in his system, they're looking for everything. So
opioids, all that stuff.
Right. So
nothing was found.
Right. So they're also looking for any type of drug, even the ones the doctor prescribe you would be in your system. He had nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly.
When she said box in the closet, I said, girl, I don't know who she thinks she's playing with.
Right. What I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's like some white people stuff. Like, I got a box.
It definitely is.
White addicts don't even do that. Remember, we're talking about an addict.
All of it. They're gonna take all of it.
A white addict don't even do
ain't
that.
No leftover drugs. They're gonna take all the drugs.
Right. Even a white addict ain't gonna do no dumb stuff. An addict is an addict. There is no color.
They fixing to take all that. It wouldn't be nothing left over.
Right, there is no color for an addict. Ain't no white
that box would have been
no.
It would have been nothing in that bitch. Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, you know what I want to do? Let me go into my closet where everybody know this is my closet, right? Come on, right?
Exactly. And then not only that,
going in there to get her something, and probably wasn't nothing in there. It was like, oh dang, he took all the stuff, whatever.
Now I can see.
He got mad and wrote a book about it. God dang it, he took all the boxes.
If she said I found a couple of pills, now that could be like, okay, a couple of pills, right? But a box, girl.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
The box of drugs, like what? The box of it.
Like, I have my choice today. You're like, come on. And usually, if it's drugs, you have your drug of choice. You don't pick let me just get everything. And
let me have an assortment of stuff. Let me have all of it. Let me mix the shrooms with the LSD,
and the Molly, and the Molly and the Xanax. Yeah.
Put it all in one box and just have it
in one box.
But I'm gonna leave.
That way I ain't gotta
leave my fun time stuff at the house, and I'm gonna go to the hotel.
Right. That way I don't have to call up the. That way I don't have to call up the plug. I'm already situated beforehand, so I'm good. So I'm good now.
Like that. Come on now.
Yeah.
Hey, Hallelujah, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Blessings,
Wonderful.
Queen. Hallelujah. How you doing?
Welcome.
Hey, I'm good.
Indeed.
How are you all? This is
Oh,
so
we are amazing. We are amazing.
I'm
But
good.
we wide awake. We definitely
I
wide
know,
awake to the
right?
situation.
I know, right? But I'm with the ladies here. Yeah, yeah. Addicts don't hide boxes. Not in our culture. No, sir. I don't know of
Not at
anyone
all.
else that does that. So no.
Right. Ain't no addict hide no
Yeah,
boxes.
was it a shoe box or a sneaker box? Like, come on now.
Exactly.
A
Exactly.
brown box. Did she
Right.
explain
No,
the box?
I got to keep it real with y'all. I had a couple Caucasoid friends when I was coming up, and one of my friends, he was mixed, and his mom, she would get the prescribed dosages of joints, right? So what she would do is so what she would do is she had glaucoma. What she would do is she would stash the joints in her box in her closet. So I could see that y'all could see Caucasoid people doing that, but at the same time, she would also give her son a couple of those joints. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it was respected. It was a thing that she taught her son about. She kept it in open with him. Now I ain't saying that's how all of them is, but that was just that particular situation. But when it comes to a grown man who works and dances and does his thing, and he's also the provider doing his thing as a black man, I've never seen a black man stash anything in a box in a closet. Like that's the last place you want to put something at. Because you're gonna have your nice clothes in there, you're gonna have all your shoes in there, and you want to get fresh. You want to make sure everything keeps its value in there. You don't want to place that with something that you know that's gonna be smelly or is gonna leave a stench or maybe possibly could fall out. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, that was a little far fetched on that one.
Hallelujah. What were you saying?
No, I was responding to someone in the chat. They were like, "Thank you for joining." I said, "You're welcome." I don't know who it was, but I was like, "You're welcome." But yeah, I absolutely agree. But what I'm seeing and what I can't stand, is that I see so many people online, ladies, black ladies, stand down, not our fight. That irritates me so bad because that's what Twitch's brother came out and said that they grew up in a neighborhood that wasn't like ours, right? So all Caucasian neighborhood. So maybe he didn't know. Maybe he was just, trying to give every race the benefit of the doubt or whatever. So to say ladies stand down, no, this is our fight because they are extension of our tribe. And it's shameful that it happened, but I feel like that's disrespectful to his mama.
And you know how bad this woman would be hurt if the brothers and sisters would encounter her speaking to his mom in that fashion,
That's what I'm
especially in
saying.
the South.
Yes.
Especially in the South, we don't play that. You got to respect my mama. If you don't respect my mama, I don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. I
Don't you ever
remember
call her by her first name?
Yep.
I don't care what white neighborhood they live in. They from Tennessee, and the mom from Tennessee. So even though they might have been, but she grew up
Oh
right
yeah,
along with all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? With the
Yeah.
Tennessee
That's
stuff
true.
going on.
That's very true.
oh yeah, especially in Tennessee. Oh man, salute to
I'm
Tennessee by
gonna
the way. 615. What?
I'm gonna say
Shouts
this
out
now.
Tennessee.
My oldest son went through it, and he went through the same exact the mental abuse because men can be abused too. It don't matter what race, But in
That's right.
particularly with this one, 12 years. I mean, he was taking the girls to school, combing their hair. She was always on TikTok, wasn't doing anything, cooking breakfast for the same thing that I hear the Twitch was doing for that Wesley, little girl. So that just I've seen it. So it's just my mind is just like, okay, that gives me that tells me that the mother was either allegedly high or drunk. And Twitch had to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean it's just
And then not only that, sister, you had a picture up too. You put up a picture too with this woman holding a bottle, and that goes to show you she looked very alcoholic-ish.
yeah. Yes.
That,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh
yeah, it was
yeah,
a picture.
right here.
Yep.
Look at this.
Yep. That's crazy.
Hey, y'all see this?
Yes. It's just crazy. But what gets me is that they say that the cameras were scrubbed at the motel, so there was no, and they even had cameras in the front office of the motel, but there's no video of him even leaving. There's not even receipts of him checking in.
Exactly.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, because I don't know if the people can hear me in the chat. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Because it gave me like a message saying that I had to like reload the thing. Can y'all hear me in the chat at all? Because they up there
No,
like
you actually good. It probably was malfunctioning and it had to readjust itself to your stream.
okay. So
It does that. It does that from time to time.
hopefully people ain't trying to hit me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because you know we are talking about a very controversial subject. It could be like the haters like trying to report the video. I don't know, but
Right.
let's go. Let's listen to this.
Possibly, quite possibly, because you know how they feel. They don't like that. When you get on their case, they get hurt. They can talk about us all day, but when we talk about them, you know, it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. Y'all know the
Right.
rest.
That part.
Let's go. Here we go.
Look at his face.
Exactly. He like, damn, she's gonna finish that whole bottle. Damn, she drunk that shot
They done
fast.
kicked me out. They done kicked me out, but I'm back.
Look,
They kicked
intoxication,
me out.
class C misdemeanor, threatening breach
Uh-huh.
of peace on bus. So she was up there wilding out before she even met. Look at this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And I hate to say it, y'all, but it's the truth. We all grown up here, but she definitely white trash.
Look, you should have seen the look on my face because we on somebody else's pine. I got no bop, bop.
Let's go. Let's hear the rest of this. Here we go.
Queen, come here. Why you do that?
Man, do you hear how argumentative? I'm sure that she gave this man the blues.
Exactly.
She can't even finish a
Exactly.
sentence.
And then let's just analyze her last name for 1 second. That thing said Allison Renee Boss. For
Sure
some
did.
reason I'm getting bossy vibes. You know what I'm saying? Very bossy, just bossy for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta be OCD, gotta run the black man, gotta tell him what to do. He don't really have no say so. You know what I'm saying? She pretty much kind of run the household. He just bring the money. You know what I'm saying? I get them vibes from her,
Exactly.
man. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Mm.
Well,
That's
the
crazy.
truth
That
come
is
out. It
crazy.
never stays hidden, and we are in the age of knowledge, so the truth is coming out as it is. They usually always return
Indeed.
back to the scene of the crime, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And it's crazy because she speaks on mental health, but that the guy the new guy that she's with, that Edmonds guy, he didn't want their relationship exposed, and she was out there subtly putting it out, and then the wife of 20
Wow.
years with 3 kids found out about it.
Wow.
Filed a divorce in 2024 in December 20 yeah the end of December 2024, but they also paused that divorce. But she's not thinking about their children. What about their mental health?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy.
Mm-mm-mm.
But that's the love of your life. How's that gonna be the love of
I
your
mean,
life?
even if you think no, but if you even go further back, right? And she's talking about mental health.
Mhm.
What type of mental health you think his mother is going through when
Of
she
course.
sat up there and when she put his journal
You
in
hear
the
me?
book. Like,
Absolutely. She
what
don't know.
parent want to hear my child was touched?
And
So
no,
that's reliving the trauma. The family is reliving the trauma
Exactly.
all over
Exactly.
again if it happened.
if
So
it
you talk
happens,
about
right?
mental health.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the truth.
And then not only that, out of all of the things for you to come out and tell us about this brother,
now
you know what
the
I'm saying?
monster drugs, he taking his private, right?
Exactly. All
So
of these things
people
you telling
gotta
us
know
about this
how
brother.
traumatizing that is to the family.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And
why on earth? And then you rather tell the public this than speak to his own mother about that. And then now you want to say you've signed the NDA where she cannot answer that.
Have you all seen that NDA in its entirety?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
it
she
crazy?
played it. But
Ye-
it's crazy. But I'm saying once you sit up there and you mention that, and being
yes,
that at that time her son is in her care, so the
that's right.
mother wants to rebuttal it, you get paid, girl, get out of here.
That's
You
right.
get out of here.
I lost my son, my baby son, last in
oh man,
2023.
sorry to hear that. Sorry
Thank
to
you.
hear that. So my condolences.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
sorry.
Thank you. And I wish I would. I'm gonna tell you what. Make a long story short, my son's wife, and he married a stranger. Okay, my son's wife. I told them at my son's funeral. Now listen, what I'm going to tell you. I said I just want my his siblings back there. You know, when I'm signing the death certificate and going over, how we're going to proceed or what have you. She said, "Oh, well, I'm going back there with him. That's my husband." I said, "You take another step, you're gonna be laid out in this room. That's what's going to happen." Like I said, his siblings are coming back there, not you. She really tried me
Mm-hmm.
at my child's funeral.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
As
Oh
you
hell
should.
no.
exactly.
As
Oh
you
hell
Yeah,
no.
should.
yeah. She
Man.
got laid out that day. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and we've never had any conflict. But when I seen that, mm-mm,
Wow. Look at this family, man.
That's what
beautiful.
I'm saying. You could tell his mother is a good mother because
Yes,
baby, if she would have came across a mother like us,
you hear me?
who just gonna be quiet of what out, then they got mad because the family was going at her. It took a memory from my mother. Baby, you would never have as much memories as his mother have.
That's
Girl, go
right.
on and sit down somewhere.
That's right. Amen. Thank
Right.
you.
So what they said is that the insider added that 100% of the proceeds from Hoker's upcoming memoir, This Far, My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light, are going to mental health charities, right? She's making so called no money off this book. The source claimed Holker previously shared that she planned to give the profits from the book to the foundation she set up in Boss's memory. Okay. In an excerpt from Holker's memoir obtained by this channel, the dancer wrote that there was a conflict over how Boss's body would be displayed at the service.
Mm.
Holker 36 claimed that his family insisted upon an open casket because of an African American tradition. Holker ultimately agreed that a small group of people could view the open casket before it was closed for the rest of the wake. However, Hochul didn't want there to be any photographs taken during the casket viewing, which she thought would be an obvious choice. I couldn't risk any photos getting leaked to the press or splashed across social media platforms, becoming the lasting image that people would have of him. My children absolutely positively could not stumble upon such a photograph at some later date.
They seen
At,
it
at
in
advice
person.
of my lawyers, I insisted that everyone who viewed the open casket sign a non-disclosure agreement to protect Stephen's privacy, a requirement that exasperated the family. If we have to sign NDAs, they said, then everybody has to sign NDAs. No problem, I replied. Boss died, in a certain.
That's too much.
Now,
That is too
hold
much.
on, hold on, hold on. We're not going to get
Man.
past the part that she said to various charities. And then it goes to the charity that she set up. Which one is it? Which one is it? You giving it to charities or the one you set up, right? Again, the charity is her charity because she names the charity, and the
Yes.
charity does not exist yet.
Yes, exactly. That's
Exactly.
right. Which means all the money's going back to her.
Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is wow. But
That's crazy.
yeah, I
Anyway,
would
let's get
think
back
that
to this.
NBA would hold up because I feel like, I mean, you're going to your child's
And
your
I don't know
child's
how
funeral.
in the world. I don't know how.
I think the
I mean,
mother.
I'd
don't
be
know
ready
how
as
in the
hell
world
in
they
that funeral.
didn't
I
do it.
probably would have
They
lifted
they
up
were
the goddamn the
supposed to do it
casket,
together,
just like, man, fuck all this,
right?
and lifted up the
You
damn
know that's
casket. And
right.
damn,
I know that's right.
Funerals and
I know
marriages
that's
and
right.
weddings.
Yeah.
and
And would have took
and
pictures.
stood by
And would
that
have took
bitch
pictures and all.
and dared somebody to say something and said,
And
you
you
know
hear
what?
me? You
What?
hear me?
Let's
Exactly.
go. Y'all
That's
want to
right.
rumble up in
Exactly.
this up in here? I don't
I
know
would
who
have
you
I would
are.
have I would have pulled mom to the side. I would say, Mom, here go my phone. Take these pictures. Take 2 pictures in my phone, bro, real quick. Do it on the slick. Cry over his shoulder and just slide them in there and do that real quick and put it right back in your purse or your bra or your brassiere or
What were
something.
they trying
We
to
gonna find.
hide?
We gonna get to the bottom of this.
What were they trying to hide?
Exactly.
Exactly.
But my thing
Exactly.
is, if the mama did walk up in there, because if it was me, I would have walked up in there and walked past them trying to hand out the NDA. What y'all gonna do there? All hell would have broke loose
I'm
anyway.
not signing no NDA, and I'm
Exactly. That's right.
attacking
That's
me
right.
now. You about to fight me at my son's funeral? It would have been national news on CNN.
You
Yeah, it
know
would have
it.
been. It would have been 2
Hello.
funerals. It would have been 2 funerals.
Exactly.
I would have said none of y'all sign that bullshit, and we all fixing to walk up in here, and it's fixing to be on and popping,
Exactly.
and let
Because I
somebody
mean,
stop us.
I would have been like, funeral over. Ain't nobody getting in this bitch. How about that?
That's right.
Right,
I'm trying
man,
to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
including
If
her.
I
Like,
can't
right
get
on.
in, if I can't get in, you can't get in either.
that part. That
I
And
would
the
call
fact that she shared, out of all the things for her to share, time after this man has passed, not saying, "Oh man, I really miss my husband. He was such an amazing man. He taught me a lot about dancing. He actually was a better dancer than I was, and he inspired me to get my skills tight. And he helped me learn a couple
no,
things
she
that I never known
deserved
about
it.
dancing."
She deserved
The
She
it.
ain't give
friend,
that man. That man ain't getting no praise. She ain't giving that
that
man no
friend,
praise. She just destroying him.
the friend brings it up, right?
yes.
Just admit that you got to where you had to get to. The friend is going to basically be saying exactly, and then she's gonna still try to deny it. Make it think I had my own. No, bitch, we wasn't gonna walk. We was never
No,
walking.
she said I deserved it. I deserved
You know
it.
No,
what I'm saying?
no. That's one part. When he start talking about something like what he's talking about, like just admit you wouldn't be where you at without Twitch, right? That
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
another section when you let it play.
When I researched her, I seen that she was in a couple movies. Footloose was one of them, which I had no clue. I didn't even know she was in there. So, I'm like, oh,
She was in
you
the
know,
background.
Not
right,
not Footloose with my boy Kevin Bacon.
yeah, right.
Footloose.
Yeah,
Pick
she in a
up
couple
that
movies.
It
girl
don't
foot.
never be true. Ooh, that was my slap. I ain't gonna lie. I
I
was just
know,
listening to
right?
that too. That's funny.
Footloose. Kick off the
Uh,
Sunday
But
shoes.
that
hey,
that
Kevin,
just
Let's
goes to
go.
show
Let's go.
nobody knew who she was. That just goes to show nobody knew who she was, even if she was in that movie Footloose.
but
You
she
know,
been really young. But
Right.
she didn't get no.
Right.
But she didn't get nowhere. Duh.
exactly.
We can't hear the sound, DJ.
I might have to reload it. Hold on.
Still don't know who you was.
See, nobody still know me. She was the foot that was loose. Foot loose, right?
Exactly.
That's right.
Oh man, that's for real though. That's for real.
That nobody saw, right?
Yeah,
All right.
man. But yeah, Queens, I appreciate y'all for letting me come up here. Y'all keep cooking. I'm definitely gonna be sharing it out, and I'm gonna tell some people about y'all. Y'all gonna see some more brothers pop up as well and give y'all that wonderful support. Keep up the
Don't
great
forget.
work, and
Don't
like,
Are
and I'm
you
gonna
forget.
are
say this
you
too
are
before
you
I
are
go.
you a dancer? Mouthpiece. Are you a dancer?
No, I'm actually an artist. I'm actually a recording artist.
Oh, okay.
But I
Oh,
also do. But on my spare time, I do blogging too. So I like to help my people be cultivated to raising their vibrations and their energy as well, doing more knowledge and studying and finding out the truth and going beneath the surface and not taking all this stuff at face value.
Listen,
Before I go, I did want to say this.
Let me know if y'all can hear this real quick. We want to say you about to like leave out? Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and head out. But I'm gonna head to the chat.
When you subscribe to both channels, right? Pick the shortest video, leave a message, so I will subscribe back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. I definitely will. I appreciate that.
And Mouthpiece,
Yeah.
what is your YouTube?
Okay, my YouTube is Mouthpiece on everything, or you could type in. You could just put in www.youtube.com/user/Mr. Mug Ugly, and I'll pop right up.
All right, we'll do it. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. I greatly appreciate y'all. Before I go, I definitely want to say this too. The spirit of Twitch is not resting well. You know what I'm saying? This man has not crossed over to the afterlife. He is still roaming this planet, and he's still trying to get his message out there because the person that he trusted and he loved the most has thrown him to the wolves, and it's not showing no regard. So until he get his full justice, his soul will not rest. And I want to say, I shaded brother Twitch. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure your legacy get held up to the highest extent. Although you did not have a sister in your corner, but we're going to show you that love because you was done wrong, brother, and you didn't deserve to go out the way you did, my brother. I say.
My dupio. Ashe. If you guys want to like check out Mouthpiece, not right now.
No, right now.
Not right now. Just copy it and paste it, and then go somewhere. But don't do it right now because we got more debate about to come. Because we fixing to get into this right here because this is crazy.
Man, I appreciate you all bringing this to light.
Celebrate
for real.
the outlet, y'all. I have been celebrated from how I've handled this and protected Steven.
Listen, you actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh
and I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
Y'all heard that? So, come for me. I told you what was going to happen. I told you what was going to happen. I told you. I don't give a hey. You better ask somebody about me. Everybody who know me know. I'm the same Emmanuel. I ain't no perfect man by no means, but you ain't about to do this to this man and he ain't here. You ain't about to do that. Sweetheart, no. You're not about to do that. And then she's talking about going to put a book out about this man, what happened to him when he was a kid. For some money? Y'all, she claims she didn't know, right? She claims she didn't know. So if she didn't know, then he didn't want her to know. So he didn't.
Well, shouts out to Night and Day Network for this video. Definitely want to give them shouts out for this.
Want her to know. Why would a wife? Why would you take that and show it to the world? Yeah. Y'all want some more? Watch this. Cause see, I've been holding this in for about 2 years, going through my own divorce.
Wow.
See?
With something that's just like her.
That's another snow bunny.
This is the year. These tight, come down. You're coming down. You're coming down. Let's go. What else? She said, mental health, right? So she got all this issue out about mental health. She didn't give a damn about his mental health. She dismissed his mental health like it ain't nothing. You want to hear it? Okay, watch this real quick. Watch this here. Where is it at? Yeah. Where is it at? Hold on, real quick. Where is it at?
And only because we're trying to protect Steven.
Right.
Hold on.
So I said, Connie, please.
Watch this.
The number came back from D, it was bigger.
Watch this.
And send me your list. She sent me your list. That's fine.
Hold on.
We should not do an open past a week because
there's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the NDAs in order to go to our friend's funeral. I didn't like.
Do you know the context of it before we move on?
Watch this.
Own people, and that is a beautiful thing.
But what are we talking about right now?
I'm trying to get
About you.
because I never relied on TV.
I said about me not hanging out with you.
Personal, oh my God.
I'm just correcting you on what you just said. Out with him, I didn't hang out with you. And he was a lot of people's friends. He friends' kids.
Oh.
It's my husband.
Yeah, and it was
other people.
Yeah.
So don't come for me and try to all be like this awful you guys are being about me.
Allison, you are Allison. Like, we ain't got to yell. We didn't talk, Allison, because you didn't answer. So, Allison, if you can be on social media, Allison,
I'm just crying in my backyard for almost 4 months straight. And I got back to about how awful you guys are being about me.
Allison.
Oh, he has multiple sources of people.
Yeah.
So don't come for me and try to all be like this.
Wasn't the truth.
The truth? You don't even know the truth. It is not your story to be told, my guy.
It is my story.
What's this?
My
It is my story to be
guy,
told.
What's this?
bro, my guy. You don't even know the truth, and it's not your story to be told. I mean, her mouth is reckless, bro.
Exactly.
Do you hear? You don't even know the truth of your mouth, my guy.
No, that's right.
Man, bro.
Turned African American really quick.
My guy.
I don't hear her saying my guy on people on the interviews. No,
Man, listen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I feel bad, like I said, for his mom. I mean, for all the family, my condolences if they're listening, but especially his mom. I do. That's just it's like she's set out to try to pour salt over the wound even more, if that makes sense.
I just gotta say this is that just be careful with it.
And they always tell you that it's just always been said a black man cannot pass away without his name being tarnished, right?
Yes.
This still stands, right?
It
still stands.
Yes.
A black successful man, they don't care if you even ain't here no more. They're gonna tarnish your name.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. That's crazy. Now, I've been seeing a lot of videos, right? And I do get it. See, the red pill and the manosphere make it really bad because now you have a lot of women that's saying that's not our problem, right? Whoever he chose to marry her, so that's where his money and his financial stuff go, which is true. But
it's about morals and values and respect.
Exactly. But
That's the point.
because they're trying to say, well, if it was the opposite, they'd have been dogging the black woman out, right? But I get it. But at some time we got to say we don't care. It's bad that the red pill and the manosphere made it to whereas now black women don't even. I'm telling you, a lot of black women do. That's why you have not seen a lot of black women doing it, right? Because in their mind, that's what you chose, right?
Here's my thing. Okay, his mama's probably saying his mama's not saying that's what you get, that's what you.
She probably saying it too, girl.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the mama, she's coming out defending him. She's not sitting back saying, "Well, that's what he chose."
She's talking about her son, right? She's supposed to say something, but in her mind, she's probably saying that too. I told you the snow bunnies are local. I done told you.
I'm telling you now, my son has a strange one. He got a snow bunny, and he married her, right? And my oldest son. So if something happened to him as a mother, I'm pretty sure, like wholeheartedly, hands down, I'm not gonna say, well, that's what he chose. No, I'm not gonna say that as his mama. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, real talk, and to be honest, you really can't help who you love. You can't. But it's the outcome of that love that matters.
Yeah, but again, we can't get mad at where his finances is going because you can't get mad.
Right. And that's not about the finances, though.
No. I'm saying this is what they're saying in other videos, right?
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
They're trying to say we have to stop. Black women got to start minding their business, right?
Right.
Which, like I said, I get it, but sometimes what's right is right, is wrong is wrong.
That's right.
Right. But it's sad that only on our behalf we believe in what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. But the red pill and the manosphere has made it so bad that a lot of black women are not caring anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Well, they are not. Right. It's sad. It's sad.
It really is. Because here's the thing. you're opening that door, and I hate that it had to end
Yeah.
like this for us to wake up. Some of us to wake up anyway. But if we don't stand up now, as far as we're not worried about the money, we're not worried about the finances. We're talking about something deeper than that: morals, respect, value to a black man's name as well as his mother's name, because the boss name is her name too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but black women,
yeah,
what happened to black women? They got their mothers, but you trash them, and their mother got to hear them get in
exactly,
grass. So the same rule, if you flip it, why doesn't the same rule applies?
exactly,
But
exactly.
to me, I'm glad it's people like us that believe
Yes,
what's right is right, what's wrong is
yes,
wrong,
yes,
right? But the red pill, and they have made it so bad for us to even love each other, right?
yes, yes,
You know, and be there for each other. They figure
yes.
they're because, like I said, and some people made some points. If this was Serena Williams, would you have the same? Would it be the same outbreak? Right?
It would.
You
Yes, it would.
right? They no, wait, and they would have been all in Serena's ass. See, told you. See, you got what you wanted. So now it's like, oh, poor. Like, but see, for Twitch for me is like a little bit different because
Exactly, exactly.
it's a little bit different because he was a lot to me. He was a level person. I don't know what he
You can
truly
tell his
was.
spirit.
Right?
That
Yeah.
discernment. You can tell a person's spirit. You don't have to know a person. You can just look at them. The eyes don't lie. You know.
And then
And
even if he did experience that when he was young, look where he grew up to be. He
but
did not let that.
here's
He
my.
did not let that stop him. You
That's
know,
right.
and
That's right.
he moved forward. He persevered. You
Mhm.
know,
But
so
my thing is, sugar, that happened to him before he knew her. So that's not her
that's
story
if it
to tell.
happened. That's if it happened,
Well, yes, allegedly, supposedly, and I don't think it did,
and
but
it was not.
yes.
Because I'm like,
So
his mother now has to relive that again. You
if it
know,
happened, right?
if they all put it past them, and here she go,
Exactly.
right? She did all types of violations,
I mean,
right? And the thing
write a
is,
book about your story.
and then she ain't got no story. And then she told the guy, she tells the friend at one point in time, tread lightly.
She sure did. I heard that. She sure
Tread
did.
lightly. Like saying that, oh, you have no idea who I have behind me, because I ain't gonna be scared of no woman. It's who behind you that will make you say tread lightly.
You hear me? Well, here's the thing. Now he's a successful businessman. You know, he's very successful. So you see what I'm saying? That's why he got on there and he was like, I know they're gonna come after me. Did you hear when he said that? He said,
Uh-huh.
but I don't care. He said, I
As
don't
they
care.
as
I got to respect that man. I got
Mhm.
to. Because
Mhm.
even in death, that is loyalty and love. And that is very rare in today's society. You don't see that often when somebody
don't.
has something to lose,
Friends' kids.
What?
It's my husband.
What's it?
And it was my friend before he was your husband. He was my friend before he was your husband, though.
What?
He was my friend before he was your husband. He was a lot of people's friends. He's not just your husband. He's a lot of people's friends.
Saying he wasn't friends.
He was a lot of people's friends.
What's this?
You hadn't even ever hung out with us.
There she go right there.
I hadn't even.
Listen to me. So here's what she's gonna do. I'm gonna tell you right now what she's gonna do. Ask people like Tony Bellissimo, Comfort, his friend. What she'll do is she'll say you weren't his friend. That's what she'll do. She'll say you weren't his friend, right? She'll say you weren't his friend. Anybody that comes out and says anything that got any type of truth, she'll try to say, oh, well, you weren't even his friend. No, nigga, we wasn't your friend. Yeah, we wasn't your friend. We wasn't your friend. We knew him before you knew him. We knew him before you knew him. What are you talking about? His mama ain't lying, y'all. His brothers ain't lying. Courtney Platt ain't lying. Comfort ain't lying. Like these people aren't lying. Nelson ain't lying. Oh, they came from Nelson, right?
Now watch this.
Okay,
Watch
they came
this.
from Nelson.
Listen
They're trying to bring
carefully.
things out and say, oh, well, Nelson, Stephen had this against Nelson. Listen to me, man. Nelson is rough around the edges. Everybody who know Nelson know he's rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, and I'm not saying Nelson been perfect at all. Here's what I am saying though. Nelson and Stephen were actually brothers. Brothers get into it. And at one time I had an issue with Nelson. I'm like, this nigga be talking like he just But guess what? Nelson, 10 toes down, is a good dude. But when it comes, you ain't got to agree with somebody on everything. But look at who has the family's back. You hear me, y'all? He been here. Hey, he done stood 10 toes down for his family, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So anybody try to talk some crap about Nelson, oh, back in the day, Nelson did this. Back in the day, so back in the day, y'all done something. We all done something back in the day. Back in the day. And while we talking about Nelson, people want to bring Nelson up, right? They want to bring up Nelson, right? And they want to say something like, oh, he was a this and he was that and blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen to this. Look at the family. And then some. He done held the family down and then some. That was his real brother. Brothers get into it. Brothers get in, oh well. Y'all all done got friends and y'all done got into it. But he held him down. Now watch this. She want to talk about an addict, right? She want to say people was on drugs and she found drugs, blah, blah. Yo, I'm going to ask you legitimate questions. What about all that coke and that Molly and that X? What about that? Huh? What about all that coke and that Molly and that X you was on? I love Nelson. Nelson said, who is Nelson? Nelson's a good dude. Nelson's a good dude.
You gotta get a bomb sound.
Yeah. Nelson's brother. But what about all that Molly and that X? You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the same bomb. Boom.
I mean, I'm just saying, yo. Listen. I'm just that friend.
Oh, no, I'm going to do one of these.
Come on, something got Yes, you got to know when to throw that in. That was a bomb.
You know that's right. Oops. Oops.
I'm just that friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that friend. You know that one friend, it's like a group of friends, right? And like it's a friend that's like they all kicking it, and then like they all sitting down in the lobby or something, and then somebody walk in and they talk crazy to somebody. Steven is the friend that'll be like, hey, guys, come on now, that's Steven, right? And he might not say anything. He might just kind of look around. I'm that friend to say, hey, bro, chill, man, chill. We ain't done nothing to you. I'm gonna eventually get irritated. What you're seeing right now is me eventually irritated, right? Oh, watch this. After the funeral, who was the one that took care of Steven's family after the funeral? Nelson. Hey, at the funeral, we did the funeral. Who's the one that took the whole family out to eat and honor his name? Nelson. You want to talk about Nelson? Talk about that. Had the whole family at his house. Talk about that. Talk about that. Talk about that. We want to bring up Nelson. Bring up everything. Who was getting you that money? Nelson. Who was getting you those gigs? Nelson. Huh? Who was doing that? Nelson. When all them producers were saying, hey, man, don't bring her on here. When all them producers were saying, hey, man, who was still getting you a check? Nelson. I mean, we gonna talk. See, the truth got two sides, man. Listen, let her say whatever she want to say. I don't care. In 200 years, nobody will remember my name, nobody's name anyway. We all gonna be dead anyway. And everybody that knew the gossip or knew what happened, it's all gonna be done anyway. Don't nobody care. I'm gonna tell her how it is, bro. I'm gonna tell her how it is. So we gonna talk about Nelson, but say everything. Say all of it. Say all of it. Say it all. Now, watch this.
I hung out with you. What are you talking about?
You didn't even hang out with us.
You hadn't even ever hung out with us.
I hadn't even
ever hung out with us.
I hadn't even hung out with you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I ain't hung out with you. I didn't hang out with him.
You just stare down at him, let the eyes do the
I
work.
didn't hang out with him.
Your mouth might be saying, hey, we cool, but your eyes are like, no, we not. Nice to meet you. No, it's not. It's all good. No, it's not.
I told you.
I didn't hang out with him. I didn't hang out with you. And that was a situation with a lot of people. People loved him. A lot of people didn't know you.
A lot of, yeah, because you're, oh my God, crazy. I have my own group of friends.
Yeah, so then don't bring it up then, sweetie. Then don't say stuff like you never even hang out with us. Don't say that.
Oh my God.
I'm just correcting you on what you just said.
My whole life revolve around Steven. How dare I? How dare I as a woman in this generation have outsourced people that I
You're right, but I don't even know why this even coming up. I'm correcting what you just said about me not hanging out with you.
My personal feelings about something, I've never had a conversation with you. You know who I'm going to go to?
We're not talking about, listen, we're not talking about you.
Because I never relied on Steven for those things. I have the same group
You
of
never
friends,
relied on Steven for what?
friends, and I'm so close with them. They were at our home all the time. They still come see me almost weekly.
Okay. What are we talking about?
Just because you are not my best friend,
Allison, what are we talking about right now?
what are we talking about? I'm a terrible human.
Allison, what are we talking about right now?
I'm trying to get you to see right now that just because I don't come to you or the brothers about my personal feelings about something.
But Allison, that's not what we're even talking about.
I have my own people that I'm close with and I've always been close
Allison,
with.
that ain't what we're talking about.
Were we even talking about that?
Beautiful thing.
But that ain't what we're talking about. You just said, the only reason why I just said what I said was because you said you didn't even hang out with us. I corrected you and said, no, I didn't hang out with you. And that's how we got what we got. Hold on. So here's what I'm saying.
That's not a thing.
We keep going off on different things. Here's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that I'm gonna just be straight up front with you, man. There's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the NDAs in order to go to our friend's funeral.
Gaslight. Hey, watch this. So I'm gonna post another receipt. So y'all know how we all know Allison because Twitch. It's common knowledge. That's why we know Allison. That's why everybody knows Allison. That's why we know her. Okay. Watch this.
Just as much as they were before.
Okay. Well, I was trying to.
Watch this.
You helped us. A lot of them.
Okay.
Apparently you didn't. You asking me a question, redirect up here. But then when you on step part, he had it.
He could have asked for
Where was you with me? And you sit there and say what you just said.
It's time. It's time to go ahead and post this. I'm gonna post this receipt because this is really gonna end it all. Please stop acting like you cared about my homeboy's mental health in front of People Magazine and all this stuff because I got you. So the next thing I'm about to post is basically her proving that she just really just dismissed his whole mental health because see, she ain't on camera. When she ain't on camera, she a different person. That's a different Emmanuel. It ain't me. My name is Emmanuel. Y'all talking about it, that other Emmanuel that she was walking out of a hotel with right after my boy departed. You see, I'm about to play something for y'all because I got you. So she gets on here talking about mental health. Y'all, she didn't care about his mental health. She didn't care about his mental health. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how dismissive she really is about his mental health behind closed doors. Behind closed doors. Oh, see these little comments about you love clout? Listen to me, fool. If I love clout, I wouldn't be on here doing this. Everybody that's quiet, they love clout. Everybody that ain't coming through the portals, they love clout. Everybody that ain't speaking up right now because they afraid to lose brand deals or people not liking them, they love clout. The people who saying stuff like me, we got so much to lose. I got 3 kids. We got a new show we about to drop. I own a studio that Steven sponsored on the Ellen show. Oh, I got a lot to lose for me saying all of this. Could it get sued? I got a lot to lose. Dummy? Yeah. Dummy? Yeah. So come from behind that little thank you. I'm risking everything doing this. Yeah. And I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I don't care at all what happens. I don't care at all.
Man, this is sad. Man, he is going in.
Girl, you gotta let it play.
You know, I can't. I gotta like interrupt it every once in a while. You know.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta talk about it. Let's talk about what we heard so far. What's going on, man? That's crazy. Now we awake. Be quiet, Nicole. We awake. Listen, I've been giving y'all the snow bunnies. I've been giving y'all.
Imogen, would you be quiet and let the professor talk? Now, these meteors travel millions of miles through space, through the stratosphere, the ionosphere, the radiation belt, picking up all sorts of strange rays. That's why it's glowing.
Oh, my gosh. What are we going to do about it?
I have a suggestion. Oh, what?
You know what I'm saying? I've been giving it to y'all.
First place I think about when I'm ready to meet women.
Hey, ladies. I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to have to jump off here. I have some studying to do.
What's some last words you want to say? Because you know what? We about to reach the 3rd hour. We ain't going to go too far, even further. We're going to do a part 2 of this because it's too much to like cover. We're going to do a little bit more of this video, and then we're going to do another part 2 because it's too much.
I appreciate you all having me, and I will be back on here, and I will be supporting. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you because you know what, you know, we need to really cover this. This is really a messed up situation.
And that is the truth. I agree.
You know, when you think about this, you know, when you think about what's really going on in this situation, people like setting up NDAs, they just rolling in the dough. You know, it's not right. You know,
It's not. And hopefully this, I mean, it's sad that it's coming to this, but hopefully this will wake up a lot of people. I hope
I
so.
hope so too.
Yeah. But you ladies have a blessed
All this
rest of
going
your
on, all these pills and everything, people finding whatever people, you know what I'm saying? They're
I
saying,
tell you.
hey,
Yes, I totally agree with that. And
you know what I'm saying? What's really
yeah,
going
I
on?
do. Yes, I totally agree. I
We can't
totally
be up there making him
and
look
I love
bad
the
and then
channel and
make
I
yourself
appreciate
look
it and I
good.
love being on here with like-minded women and gents. So I
She'll
will
be.
return. But I do appreciate it.
I'm just
Thank you
letting
all
the
so
video
much. And you
play
are
so y'all
everybody.
can hear the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
gonna hear a little bit more, and then we're gonna
And I gotta study.
do a part two.
Oh, I'll be back to catch the rest of it, but I gotta get my face in these books where I got an income
I
to
know.
take
Listen,
for
we all got stuff
my
to do. It's
registered nurse, and I'm
1:49.
getting older here today. So
Look, we got about 10 more minutes left, and we're gonna like play a little more just to, out of respect to to really reveal the truth. Shouts
yeah,
out to Night and Day. Please go get their Zeolite. They got a lot of stuff on their Night and Day herbals. Shouts out to them for this content.
You came after a dead man that was a
thank
walking
you. You're
angel.
welcome, Jackie.
You came after a dead man that was a walking angel. You name one person on this who can say one bad thing about this man. I'll wait. I'll wait. One thing bad about this dude, bro. Nobody will speak anything bad about this man because it's who he was behind closed doors. The same person he was on the show. That's who he really was. I got videos of me and him before he was ever, I got videos of me and him when we was in our 20s. The same person. So yeah, talk that talk with somebody. I got everything to lose right now. I know people gonna come after me. After this, they gonna come after me. So come after me. Oh well, come after me. We don't give a fuck about no NDA. We don't care about none of that. You got on a magazine cover, and we was quiet this whole time, man. Man, we was quiet this whole time, nigga, for his kids and his mama. And when his mama gave us the go, it's time to go. So let's go ahead and play this little recording. So apparently, she cares so much about mental health and this and that. Oh, I'm not defending myself. I'm just making it known that I don't give a damn. That's all. Because I don't. I waited 2 years to do this. I don't care. Yeah, my kids gonna see this one day. My kids gonna see what type of friend I was one day. Dummy. His kids gonna see who was his real friend one day. Yeah, who spoke up for his mama. Yeah, talk to yourself. Now watch this. Now watch this. Now watch this. Who spoke up? Who spoke up for his brothers? Who spoke up for his kids? On your left. On your left. I am Iron Man. I told you, girl. I got all the crystals, whatever they call. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Why would you? I know nobody attack. You keep using this word attack. It's just crazy to me. And how you can sit there and say what you just said, knowing. I thought you said you knew he
Watch
had.
this.
I am doing everything I
Watch
can
this.
all day still. I loved him more than anything.
Watch this.
He could have stayed and been
Listen to me.
helped.
Don't say
Listen to
Steven
me.
left.
Steven would want the family to see his.
It's okay. You don't
You
say
realize
that.
that Steven left. So when you say
What you mean Steven left? Hold on. What do you mean?
Y'all ready? Here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. The dismissal. The dismissal. Y'all need to go unfollow her. You need to repost this. Everything she got on mental health need to be taken down. Listen to this disgusting crap. Listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Because I told you. Watch this right here. Watch this. Watch this.
You realize that Steven left.
Watch this.
So when you say
Two different views on stuff. So at the end of the day, it's okay. You don't say
realize that Steven left. So when you say
what you mean Steven left? Hold on. What do you mean Steven left?
Steven left. Hold on. Steven left. Steven left. That's how we're gonna end it on. Steven, we're gonna talk about this Steven leaving. And we're gonna talk about Stephen left. Okay, Stephen left.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yes, no, I'm allowed to.
No, you ain't allowed to say no stupid shit like that. You ain't allowed to say no stupid shit like that, man. That's fucked up. What you mean he could have stayed?
He could have stayed and been a partner. He could still be helping fathering these children with me. I would love to wake up next to him every single day still. I loved him more than anything.
Shut your ass up.
I still talk to him. He still talks to me. He still comes to me in my dreams. I still ask him for advice. He still guides me. I am doing some crazy ass shit. I still communicate with him. I am doing everything I can. And do you know what my only job is? It ain't to worry about you. My job is to worry about these 3 kids. And I'm doing a beautiful goddamn job at it. And I protect the hell out of Steven.
Verbal gymnastics.
Why would you? I know nobody attack. You keep using this word attack. It's just crazy to me. And how you can sit there and say what you just said, knowing. I thought you said you knew he had mental issues. I thought you said you knew he was going through stuff. And then you just say some dark shit like, well, I mean, he should have stayed. He should have stayed. Mental.
He could have got therapy. He could have talked to someone. He could have asked for
help. Where was you at? Why couldn't he talk to you? Why couldn't he talk to you? Y'all were so close, right?
He doesn't have to.
No, y'all were so close, right? Why couldn't he talk to you?
His mother. It could have been.
He had a hell of conversations with. He had a hell of conversations with me about why he couldn't talk to you.
Why couldn't he talk to you?
You hear that part? He had a hell of conversations.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that part? He had a hell of conversations with me about why he couldn't talk to you.
Sure, my guy.
Yeah.
What do you mean, sure? It's real fucked up to say what you just said. He could just be.
Sure, my guy. Sure, my guy. Sure, he couldn't talk to me. Sure, I know he could talk to me about anything, even though we were separated. It was over with. Man, the ego going on here is ridiculous, bro. Like, for real.
Here, it's like a dismissal. You're dismissing all the shit he went through up here. But then when you're on social media and you're in front of people, oh, he was, going through so much. But then you just say that shit like, well, why isn't he here?
Do you know what he went through as a child?
Why ain't he still here?
What he went through as a child?
I know a whole bunch of shit he went through. I don't understand why you've been dismissive. Don't change the subject now.
No, I'm asking like to know if context you do know what his brain was.
Hey, look,
you actually know.
You ask questions to like redirect. You asking me a question to redirect like that. You keep doing it as if you like just had this know it all. You just know more than everybody else. You don't. You don't.
I laid next to this man every single
night. Yeah, guess what? A lot of women lay next to men. A lot of women lay next to men, especially white women and black men, lay next to them.
Because of my race.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of white women lay next to black men and don't know shit about what's going on. A lot of them.
Thank you.
Like it was just dismissing his mental health. He should just.
I didn't dismiss his mental health.
Yeah, you did. How could you just say that?
But he still could have stayed.
Then why ain't he here? Then why didn't you help him? Then why didn't you help him? Why didn't you help him? Why didn't you help him then? You knew him so well.
I really wish I could have. I've never hit him.
You knew him so well. Why did you help him?
Why didn't you help
him? You know everything. You know his background.
I never said I know everything.
Okay, but you saying it. That's what I'm saying. Don't talk like that.
I'm not talking like I know everything.
No, but don't be dismissive about his mental health. No. Don't dismiss his mental health. That's all I'm saying. Don't dismiss it.
Honey, I'm so over this conversation.
I bet you are. I bet she is over the conversation. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. And to be clear, I'm not speaking against interracial marriages. I was in one myself. Martin Luther King said, "We don't judge people on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character." And here's what it comes down to: there are cultural differences in those relationships that need to be addressed, and a lot of times they are not. And when they are addressed, it seems like it's just very dismissed, on this side of the tracks. I've lived it. You understand? So I'm not speaking against. I have biracial children, and again, my ex is not white. Well, not fully white. She's Arab and white. So even in that sense, it could be black and anything. When there's a cultural difference, a lot of times, because the other person isn't black and they don't understand what black people go through, right? There's a cultural, there's a disconnect, and that's okay. That's something that, hey, you work out, you talk about. But when it's not talked about, as you can see, he couldn't talk to this woman. Well, I can't even talk to this woman. Do you understand? I can't even talk to her. So no, he could not talk to her. And let's go deeper. When he would try to talk to me, the times when he would talk to me about because we went through the same type of stuff, dude. Why? Tell me why he'd have to go. Let me go. He going in the closet, or he going in. Let me go back here and let me. Man, I don't want to. Let me. I'm like, bro, put your foot down. Talk. And he felt like he couldn't. And I'm not. Hey, listen, man, bro. She lying, bro. And she just came for the wrong one, bro. She came for the wrong one, bro. She did, bro.
For real, I love the fuck out of this guy, and I still celebrate him every day.
All right.
And just because I'm white,
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I made a point. No, I made a point though.
white women with
No, yeah, because it's a real thing. It's a real thing that goes on though. It's a real thing.
to you.
No, in general, it's a real thing. And trust me, me and talked about it. Trust me, it's a real thing. You sit there talking about, no, you sit there saying, no.
Can you honestly, how about you sit back?
It's the cultural, it is the cultural
and be angry with
disconnect.
Steven for 2 seconds.
No, it's the cultural disconnect that you obviously ain't willing to listen to.
She will.
You can't even
I
really
have 3 children that I'm raising every day. I'm doing
Okay, you got them around the black family? You got them around the black that you obviously ain't willing to listen to.
That you obviously ain't willing to listen to. She can't even listen to me. Now, look at the conversation I'm having with her. If y'all knew Steven, everybody that knows Steven, do he talk the way I'm talking in here? No. So can you look at how she's dealing with me? Look at how she's dealing with and talking to me. And I'm breaking it down. I mean, what do you think he went through? And if you knew Steven, I don't care about none of y'all that didn't know him, that they got something to say about those of us who did. The people who knew him, imagine what he went through, y'all. Imagine what it was like talking to her. From Steven's level. Imagine what it was like talking to her, y'all. From his point of view. If you knew him and you knew his spirit and you knew what the heart that he had, you couldn't even. Hey, man. Oh, I didn't choose my language carefully. I don't give a damn. You don't know who I am. You better ask somebody. Nigga, I don't care at all. At all.
You can't even
I
really
have 3
sit.
children that I'm raising every day. I'm doing
Okay, you got them around the black family? Do you got them around their black family? Do you have them around their black family? You are raising 3 black kids. Do you have them around their black
I
family?
don't have 3 black kids. I only have 2 black kids, so you don't even know that.
Oh, okay.
Wesley ain't black.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was trying to. I was trying to just give her. I was really just trying to say something, but I was really trying to throw something in there that you really didn't even just hear. But again, okay, you're right. You're right. Wesley wasn't Steven's biological child. You're right, and you do have 2 black kids. Are you going to allow those 2 black kids to be around the black side of the family?
They have been just as much as they were before.
Okay, guess what? Okay. Listen to me. Well, watch this. But they want to see them, though. But they want to see their kids more. But they want to see them more. Are you willing to allow that?
I'm not responsible to do more than Steven did before. I've got my own life.
What do you mean you're not responsible? Yes, you are.
I've got my
you are the
own
last
life.
living thing that has the power.
Doing what we always had done. Steven.
This is gut-wrenching to listen to. You know, this is very selfish of her. I've never heard something more selfish in my life. It's crazy that, you know, she's just so into her own self. You know what I'm saying? She just does not give a crap about, you know, like how this is affecting, like when a person passes away, you know, the family wants to be closer to the offspring. Why? Because this is the last leftover thing, you know, that memory that family has of that child, the children, to remember them by. And all she could do is talk about how, you know, I'm doing it. I don't know what I got. No, you ain't doing nothing, ma'am. And you should be ashamed of yourself, okay?
Did she say the part where his mother could have did it? What? his mother was supposed to help him out, but you're the wife when it came down to his mental health. That that
all that. It's a
appalled me.
person,
That
yeah.
appalled me so much. That appalled me.
His mother, who is suffering from the loss of her child, she ain't never lost a child. She don't know how gut wrenching. She don't know that us mothers don't ever think about our child passing on before we pass on. Very selfish. Very selfish. Okay. And I really want to give. I want to just
Very
give.
narcissistic. Very narcissistic. She ain't. Yeah, you can leave that. She ain't even. She's not even selfish. She's narcissistic. She's a very. I'm gonna say allegedly dangerous woman.
Yeah.
She changed that man name two days after. Then her daughter. I told you, girl is lying. That is not her middle name. That's her father's last name. And I kept telling people time and time again that soon as she said the way she said Stephen, I said she's not legally adopted. And everybody want to correct they people keep wanting to correct me. I keep coming up right.
And the daughter admitted, no, he did not really adopt me. That's why that's why you know.
No, this is before, and this is on like on IG or whatever. When people like, well, no, I kept telling people, no, she's not really, she's not legally adopted. She's not legally adopted. Yeah, that's what they said. The way she said Stephen, right? I'm like, no. That don't sound like somebody who has been adopted. Right? That's what you call your mother's boyfriend or her husband. You call them by their name. Adoption is totally different. So if anything, you could tell that she did never teach her kids to be grateful, because there's no way somebody's gonna. I have a whole new life because of this, even though, because she's gonna be a little narc, right? She's a little narc, and her mother's training her, right? But if somebody
for her, a 16-year-old old with her little nails, I'm like, bro, why do you even have these nails on?
And then when I mentioned that she was cross playing, people want to argue again. I'm telling people I covered this, or
I thought that she was black. I'm not gonna lie.
Not you. Right? Remember, I did this video when I always bring my receipts and do my research, and it's a couple of pictures that again they took away. Hey, Miss Leo, they took it away because you would see how plain Jane she looked. And even I was like, is this the same girl? Right? This is before, right? When she was younger. She was plain Jane, straight here, like any old, and then I'm like, oh shit, the mother told her mother, how did she go from this to this? And not to mind you, she's just 16 now. She passed when he was 14. So when she got with him, they wanted to make it appear that was his daughter. Right? And somehow it got out that wasn't his daughter. That's why they gave her the mixed look. And then that's when they came up with the lie he adopted her. Because the pictures and stuff were out there, and her father his name was out there. Once they cleaned it off, but she exposed herself. Well, I'm not a boss. The sister, so that means she don't even really care. The way she said her brothers and sisters, you could tell she doesn't even care about them. But their bosses, I'm not. Like, your kids, your siblings just lost their father. You making it about you?
And then how is her middle name? Why is that her middle name? She says, I go my first name and middle name.
She tried to fix the lie because they took her father off. So they probably figure if you think that's her father's last name, you can find him. But people are gonna do it anyway. They're gonna find her daddy.
Hey, listen, I charge everybody to find everything they can find. My IG is at the bottom, whatever you can find about this situation, because I think that he's being served a disjustice, and we need to report this, and we need to do it ASAP, because this is not right.
The best way
And
to
he looked like the
support
sweetest
stuff.
person. He like the sweetest person you could ever meet. You know what I'm saying? He might have had like some mental things going on, but you
Well,
know
he's
what?
in.
It could just be black shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
Black
believe
shit that black people go through,
exactly.
and then a white person
Exactly.
encounter it. Oh, this is mental illness. You know, he could just be going through,
No,
you know, how he was treated or whatever, and
she
sad that
was the
they
mental
lost.
illness.
The thing is, like,
She
dude,
was
he
the
just
mental
lost. He was in
illness.
a whole thing for 9 years. It gets canceled. That would make anybody sad. Why does that have to be a mental illness? It could just be he's suffering from the loss of losing that position after a long time
And couldn't get rid of her ass.
Right.
The way
She
she
probably
took him away from the family. She was an itch. You know, and then that takes a lot. You know how it is to want to speak to your beautiful mother, who any picture you see with him and his mother, he looks so in love, right?
with
Then
his
you got
mom, loving his
family and
mom, yeah.
friends, and you know, they have to keep, you know, just to stay good with you or the grandkid, they got to kiss her ass. That does a lot to the psyche. A lot
Yeah.
to the psyche. So I don't
And
believe
you
that
hear
he
how
had mental illness. She was the mental illness.
that dude couldn't get a word in edgewise. And we're gonna play the rest of that video. We're gonna come back maybe either tomorrow or later on tonight and to play the rest of that video, because like she's just like not even letting the guy talk. Like, bro, like what are you? And in her mind, she's 100% justified. In her mind, she feels she's right, and there's nothing nobody could say.
Yeah, that's a knock for you. You're absolutely right. That is a knock.
Do you know what I had to do? People are celebrating me for the funeral, bro. Who gets celebrated for throwing a funeral? Funerals happen all the time, bro. Like when you got celebrated for
I've
throwing
never
a funeral.
heard of a celebration for such a sad day. That's new to me.
Celebration of what?
That's new to me.
Like, what are we doing? Celebrating what?
They sent the Leah out with damn white doves. I seen people go out with white doves and stuff.
Yeah, all
Nobody
types of
never
stuff.
celebrated them, right? Because you know, even with Biggie, nobody said,
You
"Hey,
don't
we
know
celebrate
who
you."
planned Biggie's funeral. Why is she celebrated for throwing a funeral of your husband? That's not a reason to be celebrated. Now, say that I was celebrated for the dance moves I did, or the when I was on such and such, and I like won, or I was celebrated when I was actually dancing with him and I won such an award. You were celebrated for throwing a funeral?
Even if she would have said, "We accomplished so much together," you know, even if she's
Nothing.
lying there, but she could have said she made it about her, and her. I am so sick of these I people. I can't stand it.
And listen, I've been like joking about throwing the snow bunny up there, and Umar
No,
Johnson.
you're 100% right, and I'm glad you did. I'm sorry. Sometimes shit just go right with it, and I'm glad you had it. I'm so glad you had the other one too.
I was trying. I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being kind of racially charged and things. But let me just say, snow bunnies.
Nope.
It's white women that date black men that's not snow bunnies. You know what I'm saying? But this is snow bunny action, right? Exactly. The way she's doing is snow bunny. You really don't have any purpose other than what he brought to the table, and then he brought you up, and you don't want to give him any freaking clout for anything he did, or no recognition for nothing. You deserved everything that you got because you opened your legs up and had 2 kids, and you don't get the hell up out of my face.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, we put her in the algorithm where she doesn't even belong, right? Unfortunately, good, bad, or ugly, she's trending, right? I hate that we have to even talk about her to put her in.
I would love it to just be about him, but because he wants to put this book out, talk about his childhood sexual abuse, I don't mind calling her a snow bunny, because only a snow bunny that's only there as a whatever, that does have no connection to their husband would ever bring out his sexual abuse. That's something that you talk to your husband about privately. You would never talk about that in any book, anything. If
but
you
he was hiding so much, you should have hid your ass. Prep you in a closet with the box of drugs.
Right.
She'd have been in heaven. Go on in the closet with
the drug. Listen, I got a whole bunch of mushrooms and pills and everything in that closet. Just go ahead in there. Just go in the closet. Nicole, get out the closet. Allison, get in the closet. Okay.
Yo, Nick, you got a box in that closet? You ain't telling us,
Listen,
Nick.
put a box in that closet so that she can get in there. Yo, you get out and she can get in, and everything's all good. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna be coming on again because I would like to talk about the Cam and Jim Jones issue. I'm gonna make it short though, but if you ready to go, you want me to say the magic words?
Yeah, but listen, Jackie, we do need to come back and finish up with the LA fire stuff because she had some more information. So listen, we probably like maybe around 6, we're gonna bring Jackie back on. I swear to God, I will not fall asleep this time. And start talking about my Caucasian upbringing. Now, I'm like a Caucasian woman. You know, I'm Caucasian now. Now that I'm 29% Scandinavian, okay, and 39% Nigerian, I'm I'm
She's
Caucasian.
damn near equal, right? All I got to say is, DJ, take us out of here.
Alchemize your energy. Darling, let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. Alchemize your energy, my friend. Let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, we will always take flight. Keep on pushing through the darkness of night. There's no limit, let's reach for the sky. Shine so bright, from darkness to light.